3, 2.
Hey guys, this is Steve with Orlando Collector Deviants. We are drinking with Silverline, and we got the spotlight on John. How do you pronounce your last name, John?
Metych, as in paramedic.
Okay, so we got John, the force is strong within me, Metych the third.
That it is.
And then, of course, we got Roland. I was close to being on time, man. And behind the cameras, as of course, the lovely Trish. 1 week until the new Wonder Woman drops, Halsey.
Woohoo! That's right. Woohoo!
Oh yes. And the nice thing is Roku just got their agreement to go along with HBO Max, so that's nice because that's what my TV is in the living room.
Cool.
Because besides being in the movie theaters, it's coming straight to HBO Max on Christmas Day too.
Well, that's nice if you have HBO Max.
Well, I have that, so
yeah, I don't. We'll probably go see it. Let's see here. We will probably go see it. Well, we'll probably go see it the next week. We might go see it the 28th, 29th, or something like that. But my daughter's having a visitor, so we might wait until he is here and then go see it with him.
Oh, that almost sounds like the wrong kind of visitor.
Yeah, he's from Canada.
Eh?
I told her, I said, yeah, that's right. I said, he talks funny.
I wish I could go see it in the theaters on Christmas Day. That would be awesome. Yeah. Illinois, all the theaters are shut down.
Really?
So nothing. I was lucky to be able to get a John Wick trilogy in about a month ago. They had them for $5 a movie. I'm like, oh yeah, 9 hours in the theater. John Wick, Keanu Reeves shooting up things. Totally there. But that may be the last time I'm in the theater for quite a while.
Wow.
We already got a couple comments, so real quick, Christian Gillespie, I would like to trim your tree, big fella.
Oh my!
And everybody knows Christian as what the hell is Christian now? Highlander Novelties. There we go.
I was gonna say,
but I know he changed to like Nowhere Toys or something too. Highlander Novelties. And then we got Robert Johnson saying, what's up, y'all?
What up?
Hey, Robert, how's it going?
Hey, Robert.
Robert's going on a big trip this weekend. He's going up to Mobile, Alabama.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Mobile, Alabama?
I'll wave to him.
Trish says you can't say Mobile without having the accent. You have to say Mobile.
It's not.
Unless you're in California, and then it's Mobile, Alabama.
I can't say it without the southern accent.
Mobile.
I cannot mobile gas stations up here in Illinois.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the problem. I think people know the gas stations, and so when they see it on the map, they just assume it's mobile. So Mobile, Alabama, but it's not. It's Mobile.
And they got a lot of gas stations down there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I started laughing. I saw the comment that popped in.
Oh, Devin, what the F is on your head?
Oh.
What, Devin? Okay, see, that just shows you people from Canada don't know things. Because Devin's from Canada.
Devin's from Canada.
So.
Oh, they'll get Christmas up there soon enough. I mean, as soon as the 8-tracks die out, I hear Christmas is next on the list, and then they'll be getting VCRs. It's Canada. Eh?
See, there you go. Now I'm going to show. I showed Roland, and I just want to get it out of the way so I can show everybody real quick because you can't see the shirt I'm wearing. So I'm going to go into solo mode real quick just for everybody, especially Devin. So since this is the Christmas one, I got my sweater on, and you see Santa's holding the box there. Well, that's actually a beer holder. So only I would have. I got the ugly sweater with a beer holder. And then for all those, I'm going to be drinking tonight out of my flask.
Nice. One Christmas, one of my school directors, I've been in education for 24 years, she bought me a flask. Well, I was her dean, and she was the school director. She bought me a flask, and on the outside it said, "The elixir that makes me like you," because she knows I had like an attitude problem with people. And I'm like, well, you know that this is like implicitly saying, since you're giving me a flask, that I could bring it to work, right? And she's like, I never said that. And I'm like, but you didn't either. So.
And Kristen wants to know where I got the hat. Kristen, I got that at Party City. Actually, like really cheap, like under $10 or something.
Party City. Steve lives at Party City. What you talking about?
Hey, every day's a party in my house.
Right.
It's that party.
What house do you live in?
Well, I didn't say it was a good party. I just said it was a party.
Steve just wants to party all the time, party all the time.
Exactly. Look, my house is full of hats. Look, because I still have this hat sitting over here from Louisiana. I ran out of room for hats.
That's like Deathstroke colors.
Yeah. Well, that was from when we went down to New Orleans.
Oh, cool.
So I was gonna, you're up in Illinois. What part? Because we used to go up to Chicago like once a year.
Okay, so I'm about an hour west of Chicago. So I'm in a town called Joliet. If anybody ever saw Blues Brothers, Joliet Jake, the prison, that's my town. So, you know, I'm as far west in Joliet as you can go, though. So I'm not really like a downtown Joliet citizen. Grew up in the Chicagoland area, about 45 minutes away from here. Been in the house 15 years now. So, yep, Chicago area, born, raised, bred.
Well, me and Trish for the last
is with Roland in the south, though.
Me and Trish go up there once a year for C2E2.
Okay, I was there in 2010. One of the schools that I was working at, they actually had a table there. They were showing off some graphic design and some art stuff because we had some computer animation and graphic design programs. And I was one of their special guests. Did a limited print run of one of my books, gave it away. It was kind of cool. Rockstar Day. Yeah. Signing like tons of books. It was a good time. It was a good show. Haven't been back since then. The timing's just never been good. But yeah, great show. Love it.
And when did you get with Roland? Around the same time you'd never been back? I mean,
oh my God! I've known Roland for I've known you for like 30 years now. Like starting off pen paling.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the whole prison pen pal thing.
I was never in prison.
Well, that's why you had to shave so they can't recognize you.
So, actually, you know what? I should have dug it out. I found some of those letters that you wrote to Cat and Mouse. Yes, I sure did.
Oh my God,
man!
Oh my God, I read the one that's in issue 12. Every once and again, just going, oh my God, he printed my letter, and it is so horrible. It makes me want to cry. Like, oh, I love it, and you might wonder what it is. It is the writing and the atmosphere and the everything. I'm just like,
wonder how quickly I can
Oh.
find. I'm gonna see
Yeah.
Steve if I can quickly find those. I think I know about where they are. So.
Do you have them scanned in?
No, I don't have them scanned in yet. I've got.
Oh, okay.
So there's this really cool.
See,
thing.
Roland does that when he doesn't want us to see his butt because he's turning around looking at stuff.
That's pretty much true. I'm getting up to go to my closet. See, this cool thing happened, right? So I didn't realize this, but all those years ago, my wife was keeping. I would give her scripts and stuff, and she was keeping the letters, the scripts, and all the stuff that I was giving her, and I had no idea she was doing that. And a few years ago, actually it wasn't that long ago, I was looking for something. I think one of the scripts. And she's like, well, I think I've got that. I'm like, what do you mean you've got that? How do you have it? And that's when she said, I've got a box with all the stuff. And so she pulled out this box, and she said, I've been meaning to give it to you anyway. And holy crap, she had all this stuff in there. And I'm like, what? My goodness! And so it was really, really cool to find that stuff.
You have like the best wife ever, or at least one of them.
I'm telling you, I think I'll keep her.
Hold up a sec.
Notice, Trish, that's why I very quickly came back with, or at least one of them. I was like, oh, there's another lady in the room. Yeah, I need to get one of those one of these days. So, it'd be nice to have. It'd be nice to have the partner. So.
Yeah. Well, see,
so I'm going to show you the box, okay? So here's this box, right, of all this stuff.
Roland's workout. Box lift.
And it's really cool. Because what she did, I'm knocking stuff off right and left here. She took the stuff that I would give her, and she would put them in these little things here, and then she would.
Oh wow!
Yeah, she would label them. Oops, the other way. So she has like cat and mouse 5 to 17.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool!
I had no idea, and all this stuff. I would give her my drafts, right? So there's the scripts. There's my handwritten scripts. I didn't know she had all this stuff, and I'm like, "Holy crap, you've got all this stuff!" It's
wow!
Like, wow! It's like it's my handwritten scripts to all these books that I would give her. So, yeah, I think there are the letters in here too. So, I'll have to, as we speak, I will be flipping through this box looking for the letters.
Well, while he's flipping through the boxes, John, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So my name's John Metych. I am the third. My dad was junior. My son is the fourth. So there is another one of me running around. He is my little clone, whether or not he wants to admit it. And if he hears me talking right now, he's probably going to scream from upstairs, "I am not!" But he very much is. So yeah, I call him Boba all the time, as in Boba Fett. It's like, yeah, you're my clone. So let's see. I am by day an educator. I've been in higher education for 24 years now. By night, I try to work on comic book stuff as much as humanly possible. If you ask Roland, he'll say not humanly fast enough, but that's absolutely true. I know. I've kind of been on hiatus for the last 5 years. That's been about how long it's been since I put a book out. That's just like when real life was kicking in. My son was getting older. He was getting in more activities. I was doing more with him. Had a parent that was sick, wound up passing away, lost a job, lost a dog, who passed away, lost a relationship. And so, yeah, not that you guys are my therapy, but yeah, so, there's been a lot going on in the last 5 years, but things are good, so we're in the house. We've got, my son and I, we got our 2 dogs, got a great girlfriend. I got a great job. The people I work with, love the students that I get to work with. So things are good. That's all kind of getting together. And 2020 was supposed to be the return year. Then thank you, COVID. So that's been, a bit of a bump in the road. So, as a publisher, I've been self-publishing since 1999. My main title is called Sniper and Rook. And if you're interested in finding out more about my 2 main characters, Sniper and Rook, you could check us out at Beta 3 Comics up on Facebook. Roland has always been my comic book mentor, and I've always envisioned Sniper and Rook existing, alongside his characters. And I had asked him, and Roland, I don't even know if you remember the year I asked you. I hope you don't, but I had asked Roland a substantial number of years ago if I could do a crossover with the old Silverline universe of characters, and he gave me his blessing, and my buddy Bill Mouse is drawing it. We got a couple issues done. It's been taking longer than expected, but since Roland has now come back to publishing, we talked, and I'm like, I've always thought they belonged at home with everybody else. So moving forward, Sniper and Rook will be coming out through Silverline. Issue number 1 has already actually had a nice print run with Silverline. We had
so
that
excited
at the Daytona Beach show last year. And what was that, Roland?
And I said, I am so excited about it.
Yeah, me too. I mean, this is my dream come true.
Roland,
so
I'm
yeah,
so
and,
excited. I am so excited about it.
I am excited, but I'm also looking for letters in here. So
but yeah, so that's a little bit about me. So what else do you want to know, Steve? Life's an open book. Ask me any question.
Okay, I'm going to show you a picture, and I want to know how you got a picture of my wife on your Facebook page.
Yeah. So that was that really your wife?
Okay,
is she really in the uniform?
No.
Oh.
Do you see the lady in the red dress in the background?
Yeah.
Holy crap! It is
Trish is talking to her.
Holy crap!
Because this picture was took at Space Coast Comic-Con.
See how cool I am?
Wow. And so that is a crazy small world. So that picture, if that was up on my Facebook, because I know I had put up a bunch of stuff from Mandalorian. When that episode of Mandalorian came out with the 2 biker scouts that were, doing the bantering back and forth, and the one like, let me punch it. That one just brought back one of the best and earliest fan films of the Star Wars world. Kevin Rubio was a writer, director that did one called Troops, if anybody's ever seen it. It is up on YouTube. You could also find Kevin Rubio on Twitter. I've talked to him or sent him a couple messages at least. Because that banter really had to have been an homage to Troops. It was basically a mashup between stormtroopers and Star Wars and cops. So you got like these stormtroopers hanging out on Tatooine, and the rest of it is like they are cops, and they bust some Jawas who have some stolen droids, like Tom Servo and Crow from Mystery Science Theater 3000. We find out really what happened to Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru. It was a domestic dispute, and a whole bunch of other fun stuff. So when I was looking for Baby Yoda getting punch pictures, that is a remarkable coincidence. That is very cool. I promise that is the only reason I have a picture of your wife on my Facebook. There is nothing more, I promise.
Hey, well, as Roland knows, it's one of those, since we go to every convention, and I have one of those memories that remember like a lot of stupid stuff. It's like this picture is actually from our buddy, Roland even knows the guy, Dylan, what is his last name? Gillespie or something. The cosplayer. He's the voice actor, cosplayer. Roland knows who he is. He was.
Don't do that to me. I don't.
No, I'm just saying. You'll know who. No, like I said, he's one of those that sets up with the table and stuff. Remember at Trish's property where we were all set up?
Yeah, I remember that.
And he was the one sitting at my table right next to me. If you saw his picture, you would know who he is.
Okay.
Because he's also a voice actor for some animes and stuff.
Oh, that's very cool.
You remember that guy, don't you?
Oh my God, I remember Uncle Elvis.
Yeah.
He was. What's the word I'm looking for? Legend. He was a legend.
Very much
so.
I've got several Uncle Elvis letters in here.
Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I keep telling myself one day I'm going to just sit down and try to find all of these people who wrote letters. and see if they're still around.
That'd be cool.
Melissa
Reconnect.
Page, yeah, Melissa Page used to write a bunch of them. So, yeah, one of these days.
Any relation to no? What's that?
You know what? We actually swapped.
There's two different ways I could go with that one too.
We actually swapped letters about that at one point in time. It's like because she had the same last name as Mandy.
And I think Rebecca has the same last name as Mandy. Yeah.
It could be.
Things that make you go,
And then I'm just sitting there. Okay.
All kind of letters here from Uncle Elvis.
You got the beer. It's all good.
Yep. Tonight we're drinking Funky Buddha Pineapple Beach.
Nice.
And of course,
I'm Diet Pepsi.
hey, nothing wrong with that. And
It's
Roland
either
probably
that or
got
Jaeger
his
shots.
Coke over
Jaeger
there.
shots are food.
Well, Jaeger shots are always welcome in this house.
Excellent. One time I was ordering Jaeger shots, and you're like, "You want want it straight, or do you want Jaeger bombs?" I'm like, "Why water it down?" But Jaeger bombs are sometimes good for the flavor change. So,
Well, our daughter, the first drink she got when she was 21 was a Jaeger bomb.
all
And
right, very cool.
She started out strong.
Nice.
Are you saying the alcohol is strong in that one?
But a Jaeger bomb, yeah. Well, it was one of those. I have a rule, John, with my kids is when they turn 21, they drink with me first before they get to go to their friends.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. I've kind of talked to my son about similar things. I was like, "Yep, I want to be there with you. I want to go with you and get you your first one." So a rite of passage.
Yep, that's basically what it is.
I got 6 more years, so 5.5. So
Cherish it because they go quick, and then you're wondering
I
why
can't
the
believe
hell
it's
they won't
15
move
already.
out. Now, speaking of kids,
Yeah, I resemble that remark. I stay at home for a while.
well, speaking of kids, Roland's daughter just put out a Christmas song.
Yes, she did. Go buy it.
I got it on Spotify.
Sweet. Go buy it.
Where's it available, Roland?
It should be on iTunes.
It's on Apple,
How about
iTunes,
Amazon?
Spotify. I can't remember.
I don't know about Amazon. I'm not real sure.
Roland is so distracted tonight.
You know what? The thing about it is, I wish I'd have thought about this before, because it's all of these are this whole thing is these are all fan letters to Cat and Mouse, right? So now these aren't the originals because Malibu did not send me the originals. I just have copies, but these are all copies of fan letters. I don't know why they didn't send me the originals, but they would just make copies and send them to me. So yeah, these are all copies of fan letters to Cat and Mouse. So
Who's that for?
That's for Brittany's.
Oh,
thank
her
you.
post.
that's Brittany's post. Okay.
And then it tells you where to get her music.
That was
Oh,
a shocked look on my face. Yeah, I just clicked on Amazon. I looked up her name and I saw something from May that came out, and I'm like, "Oh
Yeah.
wow!" And yes,
Why?
I see the new one. The first Noel, is it?
No. It's Christmas Eve.
Christmas
No.
Eve.
Christmas Eve.
Uh-huh.
All right,
Yep.
is available on Amazon.
Oh, cool. I did not know that. So there you go.
See, and you can
And that's
tell.
where I get all. That's where if I buy. Sorry, Steve. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. You're more important than me.
I was gonna say. Oh, thank you. I disagree, but thank you. You are the host, and I appreciate you having me tonight. No, I was going to say I don't do iTunes at all anymore. It's been over a decade, so everything that I buy is on Amazon. It's going to be either like a FLAC file or an MP3. So I'm glad that it's up there. I'll pick it up tonight.
And see, you can tell Brittany Roland that I actually registered for Spotify just so I could hear it.
Well, that's good. Now you need to make sure you play. It's a good song.
Well, we played it. It's just I'm not in the Christmas music frame of mind yet.
Dude, it's December 17th. What's it got to do to get you there?
Be Christmas? Oh.
Oh my God! If it's already the 17th, I gotta start shopping in like 5 days.
Exactly.
Ooh.
See?
That's gonna come up fast.
Yes, it's going to get here in a hurry.
See?
Yeah.
At least I put my lights up sooner than outside than somebody else did.
Oh, you don't
Yeah,
know
I was
mine
working
went
on
up.
that. I started. It's the first time in years, though. I've had a GFCI burnt out. Well, actually, both of them in my house burnt out. One for 15 years, one probably for 10 years. And I finally got around to fixing them. So it's like, yay, I can plug things in again, you know? So,
Yeah, okay. Just so you know, John, I am a maintenance guy, and
oh, cool.
my one,
Do you do
my
house calls?
I do, but my outlet
Bit of a
outside by
commute?
my front door, it wasn't working. I was too lazy to fix it, so I just ran extension cords all the way through into my garage.
I used to try to do that. I picked up a power washer at Harbor Freight Tools of all places, and it's
That's
a
where I
good
got
power
mine.
washer.
It is.
Nice, but
It's a very good one.
it is, but it doesn't allow you to plug it into an extension cord. And I didn't read the instructions because I'm a guy. So when I got it, you know, I run the extension cord, I plug it in, and this thing's not shooting like with any sort of pressure. I'm like, what the heck? And so I looked through the instructions. It said it has to be plugged directly into an outlet, no extension cords. So I wound up plugging it into the door, trying to close my front door over it, and then, you know, spraying the house down. So it'll be nice to actually be able to do it the right way this upcoming spring. So
Just
I'm not
watch
going to be
out.
cleaning a house this year
Kind of
in
fun to power
December.
wash, I think.
Just
It is.
watch out, because that's how I blew mine. Is I had it plugged into that one, and I was doing the whole front area, and some of the water got into the outlet. That's how I fried it.
Oh,
Ouch.
okay.
And I'm just too lazy. I do it all day at work. I don't want to do it at home fixing things. So
Makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I couldn't find one, but I know I saw them. What's up,
we got
Graven?
Graven Wolf saying, "Hey guys, hope you're doing well. I believe we all are."
Haven't seen Graven in some time.
Hey, Graven.
Since 2019.
Well, and we missed him from this weekend, didn't we, Roland?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. But
The
fun was had
Roland-
by all.
Roland had a full table all. You had somebody at your table all day long.
Probably, yeah. Yeah.
One person.
No, between me and Oven, we were at his table all day long. We took turns.
Right?
Yeah. Oven was very, very kind. He said that I was the reason he went to that show, so
Hey, whatever got him there. I mean,
I'm thankful.
how's your wrist today? Though it's been a week.
It's fine. I didn't. Yeah. He. So John, what they're saying is Oven is one of our as is O.C.D.
And he's a very cool guy. Don't give me. I'm not making fun of him or anything.
I had problems recognizing him at first because he's growing his hair out. And of course, not only that, I could only see his eyes. So he's like, "Hey, how you doing?" And I'm like, I'm doing great, but I'm not sure. I think I'm supposed to recognize you, but I don't, And then he pulled his mask down, and I'm like, "Oh, it's Oven. Okay, you're right." And I'm like, "Yeah, you're growing your hair." Anyway, long story short, John, it's like he's it's been probably, did they do? Yeah, we did Infinity last year, right? Or no?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. So last year, it's been a whole year since I've seen Oven, and he's been supporting our Kickstarters. And so he literally came to the show with a stack of comics, but he wouldn't.
Nice.
The thing about it is, it's funny. He wouldn't hand them to me all at once because he's like, I don't want to, I don't want to wear you out, or I don't want to, So he had them in chunks. He's like, okay, here's the first group, and I signed all those, and then he was like, okay, well, I'll get the other signed a little bit later, right? So, and then a little bit later he comes up, and then he next stack, right? And then it does some more stuff, and comes back a little later and hands me the third stack, and I'm like, dude, I could have signed them all at the same time. It's okay. It's not like there wasn't that many people at the show because I guess everybody's still nervous about the plague. Yeah.
It might not have been that many people, but it was a steady stream coming in.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was. It wasn't. I mean, there was always traffic, but it wasn't crowded. I guess is.
That's a good way to say it.
Which
not tripping over people.
Crowded. No. Yeah. So, but
well,
there was always people walking.
Louis did good because he had 10-foot wide aisleways and everything, so he made sure that everybody was really distanced from each other.
Yeah. Except for my neighbors were, Martin and Heidi from Cosmic Times, and of course I sat over there next to them and talked the whole time when you guys weren't there.
No, not you.
Hey, it takes two to talk and have a conversation.
Okay, if you say so.
John, you see what I put up with all the time?
Hey, Roland and John, yeah.
But you come back, don't you?
It has been too long, Roland, as well. Too long, my friend. Miss y'all, buddy. Hopefully we can see everyone soon.
I hope so, too.
Well, Roland will see you at the land, because I know both of y'all are going to be at the land together.
Cool. Excellent. Looking forward to that.
And so when is Silverline going to get John to come back down to a show?
Well, so we were going to do Daytona again this past October. But of course, plague. So probably won't be until this coming Daytona. I've already talked to Tom a little bit about it. We have not solidified that, so that's not a promise that John will be there, but it's a excuse me, it's a high likelihood that John will be there.
Well, see, what sucks is the
way the pieces can get put together. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing that sucks,
It was a great show. I loved it.
Well, see, that's the whole thing. It's the one Daytona that I've missed because I had to work that day.
That's right.
So I didn't get to meet you. Okay,
No.
yeah.
No.
It's a shame. Next time. Now I have somebody I'll be able to go, O.C.D. Steve, all right, as opposed to only going, this is somebody new. And I'm like, it's like the 14th new person. Oh, my God, I'm overwhelmed. Introvert problems.
Yeah, you met, so what you missed, Steve, is you missed John, you missed Alex Gallimore, who was there, the artist for Cat and Mouse. You missed Brent Larson, who is but you met Brent, so that is
Brent's been to my house.
Yep. Yes. Right. And then
very cool.
And you missed Sid Williams, who is the writer of Bloodline and Friar Rush, and a couple of other things. So yeah, you missed a handful of folks.
Oh yeah. Well, and you and me had it worked out where I was going to be able to interview everybody and
yes.
Work just to not want to see. It was foretelling what this year was going to be.
Yeah,
that I had to change up my interview process.
I think you told me at the time, you said I would come, but Trish won't let me.
Oh yeah, well
I gotta halt him somehow on buying comics.
She said she hadn't delivered enough deliveries. I forget what you're delivering, but I know you.
To be honest with you, a conversation had yesterday was Sugar Mama got to work harder for you to be able to buy more comics.
Now, but let me say, because now look, she bought this one on Saturday.
Nice.
Yes,
she bought that one on Saturday.
Who did that cover?
That was, what is her name? Hold on, I got her name.
It's Anna.
Oh, Anna. You know what? I meant to get over there to introduce myself to her. I didn't.
It is Anna
Coon or something like that,
Coon,
right?
Yeah,
Coon.
Zhao. Zhuo.
Zhao. Okay.
That's her card. Boom.
Yeah.
And
Very
it's
nice
an homage.
And it's an homage to Dave Stevens cover.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
yeah.
She bought that, okay,
Yes.
and This cost me a Coke in the future.
So wait, so you got to hold that one up just a little bit to see the Wyatt special. See, that's the Coliseum of Comics edition.
Yep.
Yeah, you see their
Whose
logo
signature is
there.
the second one on there, Roland?
That's Thomas Florimond.
Roland, whose signature? Oh, okay, that's Tommy's. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So, cash and a Coke. Come on, tell me who's spending money on comics.
Depends on what kind of Coke it is.
We won't talk about the Sam Dello Russo sketch cover I got and then getting it graded. We won't talk about that.
Sugar Mama's gonna get tired.
But here's the thing.
I need to get one of those too.
Yeah.
I didn't get that. I didn't pay for that comic. That comic was given to me. I just paid for the sketch.
Gotcha.
It's different semantics.
Yeah. So John, the part of this story that you're missing is that
that we argue all the time.
Well, no. So Trish has a day job. She has a day job. You know, I don't know if it's 9 to 5, whatever. But she got a day job, keeps her busy, right? In the evenings, though, she is like a I don't know what is it called, like an Uber delivery for food and groceries and
ship
stuff.
shopper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ship shopper. Okay, and that's what she does to make money for Steve to buy comics.
Okay, so that theoretically would be her fun money that becomes Steve's fun money. Got it.
Roland explains that.
I know, because Roland doesn't think I ain't out there helping you half the time. and whose car gets used a lot.
So Steve does the drinking shows while Trish is out working, making money, so Steve can buy Punisher sketches and.
No, it was Venom this time.
Oh, okay.
Right.
And by the way, John, I don't know if you noticed, just over Steve's left shoulder there, you can see about half of it. If I'm not mistaken, that's an Aaron Humphreys Punisher.
You said left.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I was actually trying to.
Yeah.
I was trying to take a. Oh, okay. Now I see.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out what
Aaron's?
all art was behind it.
Yeah.
Well, normally I don't have it on the tripod, but to get the hat in today, I had to put it on the tripod. So you can kind of.
Oh, I love the Stormtrooper.
Yeah, there.
That's Aaron, isn't it? Yeah, Aaron Humphreys.
Yeah, that's Aaron. Yeah. And then
Nice.
My page work over there.
Oh, that's
and
right,
I saw
Divinity.
Turtles.
That's a page from Divinity.
Okay.
Who was the Turtles?
The Turtles. Okay, you got that one right there. That is Monica Ravenwolf, Graven's wife.
Cool.
Okay.
That one that Raph right there, that is Graven. That Punisher up there, that's cool as heck.
Oh, cool.
You got Rocksteady and Bebop, which is also Graven.
Nice.
That Punisher right there, that's Mr. Mike Zeck.
That's a
the one over the Stormtrooper?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh,
And that's Mike Zeck
beautiful.
all together. That's not with Beatty coloring it. That's all Zeck.
You know, he is the definitive Punisher artist in my head.
And then if you look...
Oh, I know her.
Well, you got that Punisher up there. That's from the Netflix Punisher.
With Bernenthal?
Yep.
Okay.
Like I said, I can't get very much closer. And then you got Abu. I just love that one.
So,
Nice.
And then we got Wonder Woman, Groot, Aquaman, Rocket and Groot from our good friends. Then you got that Wonder Woman right there, which is from Lance Footer.
Cool. Oh,
and
yeah, and I was going to meet him, right? But he didn't show up at the show.
Yeah, he had
I don't know. I think he had
the whole quarantine thing. Because his wife, a coworker of his wife's got positive, so they had a quarantine. But since Lance doesn't like that Wonder Woman, he gave us Daphne over here.
Oh, nice.
Oh, very cool. She was my favorite of that show.
Yeah.
And that's the only print that's on the wall, because all this is originals, John. But that's the only print, so you can see the finished work after the sketch.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And then the Super Minion right there, That's Perez.
Uh-huh. Oh, wow. Very cool.
So, got a lot of artwork over here.
Talking about Zek.
Beautiful collection.
I got these. I was able to find these at the show. So
Oh, see, that's cool.
yeah, these are this is the series that I did with Mike Zek. Me and Hank, co-writers. So I got I picked up. Yep, y'all didn't know I did a miniseries with Mike Zek?
Did not know that.
I did. Trish,
No,
but me and you talk more than Trish does. So
yeah,
that's cool.
yeah, it is cool.
Actually, somebody I can say, hey, I know him.
You've known me for a long time.
True, but now I can say it.
I keep looking, and because it's rolling babyface man. So I no goatee, no kablam shirt. I just don't know who this guy is.
Evil doppelganger from the mirror universe.
Wow.
No, jeez. Now I guess since we've been into this 40 minutes, we should ask about Rook and Sniper and Rook.
Yes.
Well, tell us a little more about
What
that.
would you like to know?
What's it about?
Sniper and Rook.
Besides the
Sniper and Rook is it's an action adventure series where it features the two main characters, Sniper, Jack Barton, and Rook, Rebecca Page. They are covert government operatives that work directly underneath a general's command. And they're the ones that are sent in on missions that only they can accomplish, or they're the only ones that are willing to take on such missions. Since they work for the government and the government has their hands in everything, their adventures range from the spectrum of traditional espionage through aliens and international conspiracies. So let's go that way. So if you're a fan of any sort of media like James Bond, the Bourne movies, the John Wick movies, TV shows, Burn Notice, Chuck, Whiskey Cavalier that was on for a season. That one, actually, I watched that show. One of my favorite shows of all time. I'm like, that's basically Sniper and Rook, the TV series. This is crazy. Then you would find yourself right at home with Sniper and Rook. I've been publishing since 1999. I've got to throw a shout out to my friend Tim Prowant. Hey, Tim, I know I owe you a Facebook message. Hopefully you will see this. He was actually in one of his comic shops. He lives out in Ohio. Sent me a message 2 days ago. Maybe it was yesterday. I don't know. It all blends. It's COVID time. And he actually found the original ash can for Sniper and Rook #1 in his comic shop, and he's like, is this the first book you ever made? I'm like, it is. He's like, you got to tell me the story behind it. And I was like, I will. I'm going to a meeting. I'll talk to you after. And that meeting took like way longer than it was supposed to, so I got to tell him the whole story behind it. But yeah, so I've been so blessed to work with so many fantastic artists. So as I self-published, I was publisher, editor, writer, letterer, pre-press guy, everything but pretty pictures guy. So I've been so lucky to work with so many great artists, from folks that were up and comers. That right there is a Rich Bonk pick, who I got to see again in Daytona last year. And I hit him up on Facebook because we were talking last year. I said, I'll get in touch with you after the show about maybe doing some more Sniper and Rook stuff. He sounded, totally on board. And then the end of the year wrapped up, and then COVID came, and so I was like, okay, we'll talk soon. So hopefully something will come down those lines. That'll be awesome because he's an amazing artist. So folks who have gotten their first published issues, first published work, I've got some of those folks under the Sniper and Rook covers, as well as established industry folks, folks who have worked on Marvel, Image, DC. Have been kind enough to lend their talents to my project as well. Sniper and Rook 7, it's 7, also introduces one of the fan favorite characters from the Beta 3 universe named Ripper. He is very enigmatic at this point. Basically a skeleton motif, skeleton bodysuit. He's got a ventilator mask. motorcycle. We don't know much about him yet, but he's going to be a big player in the Beta 3 / Silverline universe coming up. So that's a little bit about the book. So what would you, any questions you would like me to answer? I am great at answering questions.
Well, you kind of went through it because you kind of said kind of like an homage to a lot of those kind of shows, kind of like, well, like the inspiration. What gave you the inspiration for these characters?
Roland. I really, and actually, the Sniper and Rook collection, which has the first 5 issues of it, which is the first story arc. I do kind of like have a preamble in there, and I've always loved the dynamic of the male-female duo. When I was a kid and we had like the one TV because, we weren't rich growing up, and mom and dad would, watch what they wanted, Scarecrow and Mrs. King. Ooh, loved it. All right, so I had the guy and the girl, and you had the spy stuff. Mom, during the day, she would watch General Hospital, and they had the whole World Security Bureau with Frisco and Felicia and Robert, and spy stuff. Loved it. Then get a little bit older, you got Moonlighting. You've got Maddie and David, and it's like, will they, won't they? Are they interested? Are they not? So that like will they, won't they dynamic. Loved it. Even like Heart to Heart. I'm showing my age now, but I loved like the duo dynamic. And that's very much what I read with Roland's Cat and Mouse, where I was like, oh my God, this is cool. It's a guy-girl dynamic that I've always been attracted to, but now in comic form. And so that really was the inspiration where I'm like, obviously Cat and Mouse was never like a spy story. That's always been like my thing, but it's like, I want to be able to write a duo that like lends itself to these types of stories. So the whole idea of doing the duo book first, as opposed to a solo character, which a lot of people start with. I see a lot of people either starting with like full team books or solo characters. I kind of liked having the two because I've found that I wind up writing them more instead of Sniper and Rook as Jack and Rebecca, because they're actually more out of costume in civilian identity than in costume / uniform. So their personalities really come through. And so by having the two of them there, I'm able to write a lot of fun, witty banter. I'm able to explore the the minds, the thoughts, the beliefs, personalities of more than one character, which you wouldn't get if you're doing like a solo title. But you don't have to also try to find a way to share the stage amicably with 6 or 7 people in a team book. So that was really my inspiration to start off with the duo as the first book I put out.
Cool.
Thank you.
Oh no, I was looking. No, yeah, that's very cool. Sorry, Chris was.
That was cool, or no, not cool. So uncool.
Was it cool or not?
Give me a second. Maybe it was. Let me say. Oh no,
maybe
it was. Sorry, I looked over at Trish real quick, and it's like.
Does she have to tell you whether it was cool or not?
Cool.
Yeah.
No, see, she does stuff over there like that. So it's like it kind of catches me off guard, So it's like, what are you
my
doing?
Magical personality.
At least she's not eating pickles this time.
No. I learned.
So yes, no, I'm sorry. It's very cool. Like I said, I got distracted over on this side, and it's like, what are you doing?
So I don't know if you picked up on it, Steve, but one of the things that John and I talked about, and we're both pretty excited about, is that there's going to be a combination of the universes of sorts. So you've read enough. Hey, what's up, Martin?
He thought Roland was going to be on a show. Who's the dude with no facial hair in the top left corner?
I saw you, Martin, and then I was afraid I got COVID, so I had to shave everything off.
Oh God.
Just kidding, just kidding. Hey, I said nice things about Martin earlier, probably before
No,
he was listening.
You did. You said lots of nice things about Martin. Now Heidi, on the other hand, oh my God.
She's not listening, so it's okay, right?
Well, she might be.
So, but yeah, so you've, you know what I was gonna say is you've read enough of stories written by me that you know, like Switchblade, Cat and Mouse. These stories take place in the same
Realm.
world, right? Same realm, same universe. Well, John and I talked. This goes back a couple. When I was recruiting John to Silverline, when I got it kicked back up, I guess about 2 years ago now.
That, even with the crossover.
Yeah, well, that's right. When we talked about the crossover, we wanted to. Well, I think when you first approached me about the crossover, I think I was still at that point where I was kind of like, yeah, I don't care, whatever, do what you want, right?
Yes.
Yep. But because I'd kind of tossed, thrown in the towel for comics, but
because I had even asked you about buying out Silverline back then.
Yeah, and that's what I was like.
And you offered a very fair price. And one that I just didn't have as an educator. So I'm glad that it stayed where it belongs with the man who deserves it.
Yeah. Well, and I'm glad that you're part of it, because I think that was, for me, that was just the natural, just the natural progression of things, right? And so, but anyway, Steve, one of the things we talked about is not that we didn't want to just, we'll just bring Sniper and Rook over, and we'll slap a
cross cover.
What's that?
That's your cross cover.
That's right. The crossover. Yeah, I'm holding it in my hands. It's actually in that box right there.
I was just right now Googling to try to find a picture of that.
Yeah.
Can we see that photo again? Because that one is awesome. So that I did put out a limited edition issue 1, and I put out even a more limited edition number 2, which is Virgin Interior with no lettering. That is the cover, and the interiors are done by Bill Mouse, that everybody probably knows from Nera X fame. Also have done a lot of things with Parody Press. His X Farce is actually being re-released. It's being remastered, re-released.
Don Chin, I think that's on one of the right.
Yep. Him and Don go way back. I mean, so
I didn't realize that.
Yep. So, and then Bill right now is finishing up artwork on his first Nera X Zombie versus Cheerleaders crossover. And I think that one just ended on Kickstarter not that long ago. And then it's back to him working on Sniper and Rook stuff from what I hear. Right, Bill? Right? Sniper and Rook next? Bill?
Yeah.
Bill? All right, brother. But yeah, so it's a lot of fun. The first issue, it's 32 pages, I think. All story, all action, all fun. And I loved how everybody that got their introduction from either my Beta 3 universe, Roland's existing Silverline universe, which is now one giant sandbox that he lets me play in, which is awesome. Everybody gets their own awesome introduction. So, there's nobody who's secondary. It is Tommy! What's up? So everybody gets introduced in a very... It's awesome how everybody's introduced. Yeah. So it fits all the personalities. So
anyway, it's pretty exciting because it's all coming together now. It's all going to be in one universe. We're just kind of expanding it.
That's cool, because the more people you bring into Silverline, the bigger your universe gets.
That's right. Yep. And I'm actually I'm excited about it. So, I just noticed you're like the dude from Home Improvement tonight. Wilson, right?
Wilson. Yep.
Yeah, because we can't see over you either. Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, that's awesome, Roland. There we go. Yeah. There's the man. But I still need. I still need to pitch to Roland, since Roland is the head honcho, the man with the plan, the man that is leading all things Silverline, not just the Silverline Pocket universe of characters, but leading the whole. I need to talk to him about how we could arrange it that the Silverline Pocket universe will be my fiefdom, since he'll be like busy with everything else.
And,
So we'll talk about that later too.
And you know how John knows that, don't you? It says it right there.
The head honcho.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And Roland, actually, I had this thought a couple days ago, and I may as well bring it up here. I know, right? When I start thinking, there's like something bad to follow.
He has you publicly, so you can't really say no.
Watch me.
No. Oh, he definitely can. No, but you know what? I was thinking about you, and you know how they always say, pay it forward, pay it forward.
Yeah.
Well, Lord knows, I know you've helped enough people. You've worked with so many great people in their careers from the beginning of their careers, and folks who are veterans. Like I find out today about Mike Zeck and you. I'm like, wow, I never realized and put the pieces together like this. You've really come full circle, because Silverline started as a packager where you created books and, Aircell and Adventure and Caliber and such published them.
Yep.
Well, now you're working as the publisher and a lot of the other folks that are bringing things to you, much like Mr. Wakefield's Steam Patriots.
Yep.
They're packaging.
Yep. And John
You're
Crowther.
publishing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
John Crowther. And
so. Yep. So it's like you've come full circle. What you needed, you are now the person that you needed then for people who need that person now, which is so cool.
That is so cool. I hadn't thought about it that way. Yeah,
I didn't either until just like 2 days ago. It was like an epiphany.
I've said it before, certainly on our streams, lots of times. It's so exciting to see really what the Silverline 3.0 is. I mean, don't get me wrong. I absolutely loved, working with Steven way back when he and I were putting a lot of the stuff together to Silverline 1.0, and I absolutely loved what I did after having worked at Malibu and Marvel. It was just the wrong time to do it. But the thing about it is, it is for those who don't know, if you don't watch, I don't have one handy here. If you don't watch our stream enough, Kablam is pretty much, prints almost all of our stuff. They're a digital printer. They're print on demand. If it wasn't for Kablam, this really and that technology, this really wouldn't be happening because, yeah, there you go. Yep.
Yes.
I couldn't
and
do this.
Talking about Steven. Steven did the design for what's her name? I forget her name. The Kablam girl.
Kablam girl is all I know. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, sorry, didn't mean to cut you off there. I see Steven's art and I just go nuts. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, it's okay. But yeah, so I mean, it's exciting because I think one of the things that happened is, I did not, and I've told this story before, and I apologize for repeating it. I had zero intention of relaunching Silverline. That was not my intention whatsoever. I just love comics, and I wanted to make some comics, right? And so a few years ago, when you got started, kind of started doing it all again, and I hooked up with Kablam at the time, and realized, wow, this is really different than in 1990 when I had to print 3,000 copies of everything and come up with, a whole big chunk of cash. Of course, crowdfunding was there, and so I did Tiny, and I'm like, oh, this was a lot of fun. I want to do more comics, and so I started working with Dean Zachary, and we did Cat and Mouse, and that we had fun with that. We were able to generate a little bit of money with it. There you go. Tommy says her name is Katie. So Katie Kablam.
Tommy, yep, thank you. I knew she had a name. Thanks, Tommy.
Yeah. Of course, sir.
I think Katie could totally kick Nick Cage's butt.
Tommy hears me enough. He knows I sing their praises all the time. I love those guys. and not just because they're my pals, but they do good stuff.
They do great work.
Yeah,
I printed with them before I knew them.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I back a lot of Kickstarters, and I like today I was reading one of them, and I'm like feeling the paper, and I'm like, this just doesn't feel right, and I look and I'm like, no Kablam. Okay, well that's the problem, that it wasn't printed by Kablam. And but yeah, anyway, long story short, when Dean and Barb started talking about it, I talked to BJ, and she's like, you should do it. She was a big encourager, and I said, okay, well, here's the deal. Part of my problem with Silverline 2.0 is that I tried to do everything by myself, and it's like, it's a lot of work. I'm like, I cannot do that. If that's what's going to happen again, then no, I have zero interest. I just want to make some comics, right? But Barb's like, no, I'm gonna count it by day. That's something I can do. So Barb keeps all of our books. I spend some money. I photocopy the receipt and send it to her or whatever, and she keeps all the books. She keeps all the ledgers for all the Kickstarters, and it's not until she finishes them that I can pay anybody any money. And I've got John's an editor, so if it wasn't for all the people stepping up this time to say yes, I want to contribute, I want to help do something that kind of falls within my my wheelhouse, because I want to make it work. Man, that's
because everybody sees your dream and wants to be part of it.
Well,
they see where it can go.
Yeah, and I think so. It's not just my dream; it's their dream too.
It's
though.
a shared dream.
It's a shared dream. So I love that. I love that, and I will say this. Steve, I don't know if you happened to catch it, any of the stream last night, but a bunch of the Sunday crew crashed the Wednesday Wham party. And after the whole thing was over, I was talking to BJ, and it's just a good group of people.
The camaraderie is just so incredible.
It's amazing how everybody seems to just really gel. Everybody's having fun. Everybody's doing things they like. Again, there's a Sunday stream and there's a Wednesday stream, but it doesn't matter. It's just a good group of people.
And a Monday stream and a Tuesday taco stream
actually, you talk about that, but we'll have to see what 21 brings.
Hey, I'm all for all your streams as long as there's not one on Thursday.
Yes, no, I know that.
Unless it's with you.
Unless it's with me.
Well, listen, once I've already got once a month here. I'm here.
Exactly.
So I can't schedule a Thursday. But yeah, anyway, it's exciting. I get excited to see everything that's happening, all the books that are coming in. When I see art, like I said, I was telling John, Team Beetle is done. I've got John Crowther just gave me the last two. I say it's done. I got to get a logo, and we got to finish the cover elements. But the work on the interiors, it's done. We can kickstart it. So we will probably. I haven't totally decided yet, but we may actually see that on the Kickstarter in January.
That's cool.
It is, yeah. It's exciting. It's exciting that again, it's exciting that there's so many people who see what Silverline's doing and want to, number one, want to be a part of it, and number two, it fits with what they want to do. So I'm excited about that.
I do got to get John back on the show because I need to ask him what's his fascination with insects.
Team Beetle,
Rochelle.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, wrestlers and roaches. Insects.
Yeah. Well, you kind of figure out the.
Actually, that sounds like a great title of a book. Wrestlers and roaches. Oh, I'm copying it. You copyright that one. That's yours.
John's writing that one down.
Who's laying claim?
Yeah. Wrestlers and roaches.
So, but no, John's a great guy. I mean, everybody I've met on your crew is awesome. None of them's got upset with me. They all make fun of you, so I'm really good.
Being able to tease Roland, he definitely knows how to tease back. But I think that's one of the things that I've always liked about Roland. because he rolls with stuff. No pun intended, really, on that one. But no, seriously, it wasn't. It was good though. But no, I mean, like, he's just approachable. He's a normal guy, and he's normal, but he knows everybody in the industry. He's worked with like big name talent, and just because somebody has a big name doesn't mean that they're a good person. But there would be a lot of people that are like, "Oh, Mister never published a book before. I won't even look at your things because I worked with Mike Zack," or like all the other million names he could drop. But he doesn't, because he's just like, I want to make cool comics with cool people, and if you want to make comics, come on aboard if they're good. I mean. Right. That's cool. I mean, he's humble, he's nice, he's respectful. His family's amazing. I love my parents, but if I didn't have my parents, and I hope my mom's around, for the next 30 years, I would have been like, Roland, adopt me, but yeah. So, yeah.
Well, I have to agree. Roland is a great guy, and I don't know how many conventions you've done with him. I've been with Roland at a lot of conventions, and I can sit back and be at somebody else, and I just watch the people gravitate towards Roland. And that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. Even if they don't buy the book, they still sit there and will talk to you for 5 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever, just because you're that kind of person. You have that approachability, I guess is.
Yeah, unfortunately, the only show I've done with Roland was Daytona last year.
Yeah,
we were supposed to do it this year too, but COVID. Thanks, COVID. But yeah, and he had been talking for years. He's been talking for years. We got to do a show together. I'm like, I agree. So, and that was the one that worked, and
that was fun.
That's also when I got to meet Tommy, face to face, and that was very, very cool. And then I got to see Rich Bonk again, and Tom, the showrunner, was awesome, and everybody else from the Silverline crew was the first time I met them, so it was just so cool.
Yeah. So see, the next time you meet Tommy, you got to give him the torque for you.
Do I have to pay? Is there a place that you put dollars?
Oh, you could if you want. I don't.
I didn't say I wanted. I was just asking what's required.
Well, you pay Roland and Tommy torques. There you go.
yeah, I like that deal. Tommy the twerker.
No, so that's. And see, Roland, if you weren't such a great guy and Silverline wasn't such a great thing, I would never have asked you to have a monthly spot on the show. You know that.
I appreciate that.
Plus, I got to fill it. You know how hard it is to fill up every month? I got to leave.
Yeah, you just wanted my pipeline to all the Silverline creators.
Hey, but John, you should feel very special because he had you picked out last week, because usually I get notified who's going to be on the show 2 days ahead of time.
No.
Well, I am honored and flattered, and part of that might have been him knowing me and my MO that I'm late for everything. Yeah. And so he's like, if I don't lock that kid down now, he's not gonna be able to make it. So yeah, so when he had hit me up for it, I'm like, oh yeah, definitely put it on the calendar, won't forget, it's good. Yep. But yeah, so that's probably a function of me being dysfunctional.
We got A saying hello.
What's up, A?
How's it going, A? And it says, Steve looking fly. Of course, man, I got it. I got to represent the holidays as best I can. I look like a.
I haven't heard you ho 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 yet.
I haven't drank enough yet.
Because these Christmas trees don't ho ho ho.
Well, I've never seen a Christmas tree with a beard.
You haven't been down south very long? I thought you were from down here.
I am.
A loves it. Thank you, A. Now, Tommy, so when I was stalking, I mean, looking for pictures on your Facebook page, I see you're like really into Star Wars. Is that an understatement? I said Tommy. I meant John. Look at that.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because Tommy was in the chat or the comments, so I thought that was thrown out to Tommy. Actually, I am. Yesterday on Roland's stream, I was actually wearing my Star Wars hoodie to present with the back. But yeah, no, Star Wars has definitely been a part of my DNA since I was 4 years old. My mom used to go to sewing classes on Thursday nights. I'm an only child, much like my son's an only child. So Thursday nights, because there was no streaming, I couldn't watch you back then in 1977. My dad and I would go to the theater every Thursday night to see Star Wars for like weeks because it was always whatever I wanted to do. He's like, what do you want to do? I want to go see Star Wars. What do you want to do? I want to go see Star Wars. So we probably saw it in like theater 6, 7, 8 times, which is a lot back then. My son had always heard those stories growing up, and my son was like, I hate Star Wars. Star Wars sucks. And I'm like, you're adopted. They switched babies at birth. You can't. But then when the new trilogy came out, the sequel trilogy, once he saw Kylo Ren, he was hooked. There's a picture on my Facebook where he's holding Kylo Ren lightsaber in a Target, and he was all excited. And I'm like, okay, maybe I didn't fail after all. He went as Kylo Ren before Force Awakens even came out, became hooked on Star Wars Rebels, which got him into watching the Clone Wars animation. So, the Holy Trilogy, the original 3, and even the prequels really don't hold for him what they do for me. But, I know there's a lot of, folks our age that are bashing on the sequel trilogy or even the prequels. And Lord knows I've had my fun making fun of the prequels over the years. But that every generation seems to have their own Star Wars, something that they connect with. And now they're all really merging again, especially with what's going on in Mandalorian. They're doing some awesome stuff there. So, to kind of bring that back around, yes, Star Wars, most important, probably the single most important, impactful, long-lasting thing in my life. It's been there since I was 4. It's all about the Force and balance, and that's kind of where a lot of my personality came from. The whole, fight for what's right, no evil empire, and and of course I still try to move things like Diet Pepsi, come to me, but I still haven't got that to work yet.
So you liked last week when Disney said that they're going to put out about 5 more Star Wars shows.
I heard it was actually more like 10, to be honest. And there were a lot of people that were talking and saying that they think that might be overload. Are we going to burn out? That I do think happened with some of the movies because they were coming out every year. But the way, Tommy, I see that Star Wars for life. Yeah, brother. I think the way that they're doing it is smart because, Mandalorian, for example, you only have 8 episodes per season. So it's very much kind of following what they've done in the UK for years. There was a show there that I loved called MI5, which came out about the same time as 24. So I called it 24, but smart. And so I'm watching the first season and it's 6 episodes. I'm like, the heck is this? Where's the rest? And then the next season had 10 episodes. I'm like, oh my God. So Disney's doing a lot of shorter seasons, which is cool because that way you don't have too many filler episodes. It's enough to whet your appetite. And then they're like, come back next year for the next season. So if they give us a few of those and if they're all the quality of what they're putting out now, I'm good with it. And, so they've got a Cassian Andor one coming out. So that's going to be the beginning of the rebellion. So that's pre A New Hope. You've got Obi-Wan Kenobi that's coming out. That's going to be about 10 years after Revenge of the Sith. So that's bridging the prequels with the original Holy Trilogy. Ahsoka is going to be getting her own series. So that's really bridging Clone Wars to Rebels to Mandalorian, and then present day. And so I'm pleased with the way that they're rolling this stuff out. And so if they're going to be doing 6 to 8 episodes of each, it's more than we would get if we had a single movie. But the way that they can do it in a episodic manner, I think also will lend itself to less burnout as well. And I would be amiss if I didn't put in my deepest, because I don't want to start crying. Boba Fett fan, huge Boba Fett fan. I don't know if you heard the passing of Jeremy Bulloch, the gentleman who played Boba Fett, passed away today. So rest in peace, Jeremy. Thank you for everything. I literally have had a shrine to Boba Fett in my work offices before. Single favorite character of the whole trilogy. So thank you so much for everything, and thoughts, prayers, condolences to his family and friends and other fans, of course. All right, so I'm going to take a drink and think of another question for me, and we'll go on.
That should have been in the news segment, Steve. Where's Cedric?
Cedric, he's in South Carolina or North Carolina. That's all I know.
He's supposed to be on here bringing news, isn't he?
He's supposed to, but I guess
some out of bed.
Well, maybe he's watching it and he'll hear you, because I know he said he's been having a rough couple weeks.
Oh,
from
I'm
what
sorry
I was
to hear
told.
that.
So hopefully by the new year we can get him back on the show and get him back up here.
Yep, I love his attitude. Yeah, I hope that whatever's going on with him, I hope it resolves itself quickly, and I love his smiling face. Get him his attitude back on here, man.
Oh yeah. And Tommy, it was great. You missed my show afterwards. I came back with this hat, but we had a good time. We went on some ghost tours and some a swamp tour, and we actually think we caught a ghost on film. So that's cool.
Where was that?
Down at the Vampire House.
Way down yonder
in the French Quarter. We were on the ghost tour, and in 3 different cameras. We had 4 cameras, 3 different cameras. We all caught the same thing, but it was in different locations. But on the 4th camera, nothing was even on it. So it's not like it wasn't just one camera multiple times. It was 3 different cameras that caught it.
Wow.
And
I was almost mad. People were showing stuff on their phones that they were catching while we were on there. And I'm like, I so believe in this. And I swear, if I go home and I don't catch anything on a camera, I'm going to be so mad.
And she was, and we were sitting there because in our hotel there was an IHOP attached to it. So, oh wait, hold on. Before we go there, Curtis, I'm about to teach a class, but did Roland Man just shave? See, you say you do this once a year, but I don't think we see it.
I did, Curtis. Your youth is making me feel old.
It's not that you just shaved. It's not like it was an activity on tonight's segment or anything. A couple days ago, right?
That's right.
But you know what? That could be an idea for next year.
That would be.
Write that down. That's important. Yeah. So a segment on Roland. What's Harry's? The ones where like they mail you the razors.
Oh yeah.
He's just making sure it's not your doppelganger. We've already talked about that.
Look how fancy Curtis is. He's even got the 2 little dots
from the mirror
A.
universe. Umlauts.
Yeah, I knew that. I was trying to say kumquats, but
wrong fruit. Okay.
Yeah. So what Curtis is not mentioning? Yay, Curtis! Curtis has got a book he's working on. Hopefully, we'll be able to start showing some of it in early 21. So.
Oh, so Curtis, get ready because you'll be on the show.
Yes, he will. Yep.
He
So,
looks like he's got purple hair too.
Who? Curtis?
Yeah.
Curtis has purple hair. No, I think that's just the
no, I
light.
think it's just the
Okay.
light. Yeah.
I
His
thought I
wife-
wasn't the only odd
his
one
wife
out.
Diana might have purplish hair or some in there.
Purple.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's good.
You saw that Saturday.
I did.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks for being nice, though, Roland.
But what you didn't see is all the gray that goes with it now.
Stop it.
Yeah, the short story behind Curtis is Curtis was an intern at Malibu when I moved out there. I don't think he'd been with them very long, but he was like 15 when I started the company, and so yeah, there'll be lots of stories that we get to tell when. Yeah, breaknecks and cash some checks. You bet. I'm reading it. This is mine, right, Steve? You bet,
Yeah.
sir. Have a good one, folks. Heading out to breaknecks and cash some checks. So Curtis is also a kung fu master. And that's not just dropping words. He's a legit kung fu master. He has a school, and he is the teacher. He is the master at his school. So
That is awesome.
it's very awesome.
And see, Roland, I'll let you the rest of the show. Any of the comments come up, it's all yours to read tonight.
I'll read them, huh? Okay.
Because John, back in the past, I had to get on him because every time I put it up, he would start reading it before I even had a chance to say anything.
Yeah.
I'm like,
So
just go. It's your show. Go for it.
Does he
I
get to do a
just hear.
dramatic reading? You know, let's
Yeah.
great seeing all of you folks. Have a great holiday. You
Yeah.
could do it like a Shatner, like great seeing all of you folks. You know, or, yeah.
Yeah.
Shatner,
Yeah, that-
love Shatner. We share a birthday.
You know,
William Shatner and I.
you just gave me an idea for a stream.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
You're gonna call up your buddy with Bill Shatner, and he's
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
join
gonna-
us.
So he's gonna do a stream where everybody has to talk like Shatner the whole time.
Wouldn't that be funny?
It's better than talking like Nick Cage. So if Tommy's still around, Roland was mentioning the streams, you know, the camaraderie that we have on there. I get teased mercilessly for not being a big Nick Cage fan. And I'm also teased mercilessly, but in a good way, because I am very well known for putting together very intricate PowerPoint presentations for some of the topics that we've talked about. So yeah, I'm the PowerPoint guy too. So yeah,
John is the
we
PowerPoint
have
guy.
good time. We
Oh,
have,
speaking of
and then actually,
PowerPoints,
I
you owe me
was
one.
saying yes, I do. Well, yeah, I do, and I need to do like the famous voiceover. So one of the things that I've given myself the title of with Silverline is I am the official Silverline historian. And for one of the times that Roland was presenting and had some of us present at a show, Roland, what was the official name of the show?
Comic Conway.
Comic Conway. The opening was a retrospective on Silverline from its very inception through to today. And he was gracious enough to let me be the one that actually not only built the PowerPoint, but gave the whole presentation.
Yeah, it was nice.
So, and
It's
it's
good.
been kind of cool. It's been kind of cool over the years where the force is strong with me. It's very cool because I'll bring stuff up to Roland and he'll be like, I didn't remember that, or I
That's
didn't
right.
know that. So it's so cool. He's like, he'll hit me up every once again. He's like, hey, did so and so ever? And I'll be like, yes, no,
Yeah.
this issue, this page, this panel. It's all up here, you know.
That's all right. The PowerPoint guy. There you go.
PowerPoint guy, you got it.
The Wednesday Wham guys will appreciate that. Yeah. So one of the things,
Yeah.
and I remember specifically, one of the things that I had to come to John about is that that one of the stories, one of the comics I'm working on now is the Silverline Team Up Champion and Miss Fury, which Tom is inking, and Champion's going to be in it, and we wanted it to chronologically take place.
I know where you're going with this.
Take place after the crossover. But and there were some things I mostly remembered some of that, but I'm like, I don't remember Champions. Did he have a kid? Right? And John was like, yes. And oh no. And I also asked about his wife. Was his wife ever seen?
You mean
And John's like, yes. And on this page, this panel, this page, this panel, this page. And I'm like, holy crap, dude! Just listen.
Yeah, because I had the files for you like that. Yes.
Yep.
And that's it. And because the Silverline stuff is so near and dear to my heart, that's why in the crossover, his ex-wife shows up. So she's been actually part of the story. So I'm like, yep, know this. This is awesome. Yeah. I can't wait to check out your book.
And she plays a part in a small part, but she plays a part in the upcoming story too.
Cool.
But yeah, I couldn't remember, and it's like, man, I could read everything again, but it's easier if I just ask John because I know he'll know.
Am I editing you on this one?
Kind of, sort of, yeah. I sent you some stuff, and you responded real early on some stuff, and then I sent you more stuff, and I didn't hear from you. I had to keep moving.
Okay. Brief. I will be happy to do anything that you need from this point out. Let me know. So,
him not telling you anything was all the answer you needed to know. He didn't like any of it.
No.
I will do the falling on my sword. I get lost sometimes between like 7 email addresses, Facebook Messenger, text message. I'm like, I can't check this and this and this and this. I get so lost sometimes. I don't even see things forever. So yeah, like Roland, if there's something like really important, send me a text saying, go check your AOL, go check your
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
I still have an AOL. Go check your Gmail, go check Facebook Messenger, and then you tell me to jump and then I can do it, otherwise I might not get a notification that it came through. So that's,
you have to keep in mind, Steve, too. John is for all intents and purposes a very single father, and I think young John is 14,
15. He'll be 16 in March.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
And so
time flies, man.
He's at that age too. So yeah.
Dad's still a little bit cool, but not cool enough to hang around too much.
Right? Yeah. And I'm going to be driving.
I think I'm like the bee's knees. I mean, yeah, that was a joke, to show you. I think I'm like the cool parent, but he begs to differ. But I think his friends like me. He's like, no, they all hate you. I'm like, oh, okay, I don't think so, but whatever. And the nice thing is, and I will say, my kid has a good heart.
Yeah.
Not necessarily he's always a good mouth, but again, he was my clone, so I know what battles to fight, what battles not to fight. I know what he's going to say before he says it, because it's probably a variation of what I said back, when I was his age. And he really has picked good friends, because any of us who are parents and anybody who's watching that is a parent, that if they have some not so good friends, you get worried. He's done a good job of choosing good friends. So I like his friends, which is cool. So
yeah, but you have to watch out for. You got to watch out for some of the good kids, because they're it's like Eddie Haskell right there.
Yeah.
Because that was me. I was the one that all the parents loved, and then when we left, I was the one drunk.
Well, I'm looking at it like on a holistic level, and also I'm still state licensed to teach junior high and high school, and I've been in higher education since 1996. So I've been around youngsters forever, so I could read into the whole. This is what they're showing you, but what really lies beneath. So I'm pretty good at picking up on those cues too. So yeah, he knows some good kids.
But yet you're still friends with Roland. Okay.
That friendship I hope never goes away.
Steve, I think you try to trim my friendship list every stream.
No, I don't. You know what? I'm just having a hard time because usually I'm rolling at getting Roland, but the without the goatee, I just sit there. It's just It's not you, man. I'm sorry. I can't have you on for a month till you grow it back.
So it's kind of like it's like the opposite of the Star Trek episode Mirror Mirror where Spock had.
Yeah, Spock had to go.
Is that,
no? See, you know why
is
that
that your
doesn't
son's
work?
logo on there?
No, that's my logo on there.
Oh, very cool. Oh, very nice.
See,
Very nice.
boom. If you look up in the corner, that's our logo.
I see it. Oh, excellent. Yeah, I couldn't see from too far away. I'm getting old. I got the contacts. Sometimes I need the contacts and the glasses, I think. Very cool. Very nice.
No, we enjoy. No, because before the goatee came out from underneath. So is it?
What? No, it did not. It wasn't that long. I kept it cut.
I miss messing with you.
You ever seen people in Zooms like this? You like, why? Why are you wearing a mask in a Zoom? You're in your own home. Take the stupid mask off.
Well, the even better, Roland, I mean, like these days, I'll put my hood up, I'll have my mask on, and I'll have because I've got the big visor sunglasses, and I go into a bank. A year ago, they would have been calling the cops.
Yeah.
And these days, business as usual. And if I don't look like I'm going to rob, if I don't look like the Unabomber as I'm walking in with a mask, then they would call the cops. So, yeah, what a crazy world. What a crazy world.
Yeah, I'm totally there. Everybody wearing a mask, but they all freak out when you're not wearing one.
Yep.
You walk into it. No.
Hiss.
Yeah.
But see,
it just all needs to go back to normal.
Yeah.
That's what was nice about the show on Saturday, because everybody was wearing the mask. They were all being respectful of everybody.
Yep.
That's cool. Tommy, I like it.
Tommy, we're all bank robbers now.
So,
if
it's... Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, no, go for it. Like I said, you're more important.
Oh, you're too kind. I was going to say, okay, Tommy, if we're really all bank robbers now, we could get our own team together, like an Ocean's 10 or Ocean's 14,
Ocean
or
Silver.
Lord knows there's a lot of us.
No. Ocean Silver.
I don't want to be George Clooney because I don't like George Clooney either. So no, I don't want to be Clooney nor Nick Cage. We'll figure out who I could be. But yeah, that would be totally awesome. We could rob some banks and I don't know, rob some more banks. Yeah, it'll be a good time. Yeah.
Yeah, 12 months ago, you used to get kicked out of a store for wearing a mask.
Yep.
Yeah,
totally.
we just said that about the last 5 minutes.
I was sleeping.
I know she was.
I'm that exciting, huh? I'm sorry.
No, I tell Trish, because we have the net gaiters. Like if we know we're going to be into the store for a long time, we have the net gaiters. And I tell her I feel like from the old West that every time I go, I'm putting it up and over. It's like I'm getting ready to rob the bank,
Yeah.
It's like, or the store. Everybody's going to hit the ground.
Because we didn't have masks to begin with, and the first ones I wore literally were bandanas rolled up. That was and I looked. I mean, they came down to the triangle, and I looked like a bandit.
And I've got a red one, and so it covers, and it goes around. I look like a Cobra agent from the 80s G.I. Joe cartoon. I every time I put this mask on, I just want to scream Cobra and go attack somebody. But that wouldn't be looked at too well, I don't think. So
see, John could be either Brad Pitt or Matt Damon. How's that? Off the Ocean's 11 crew.
Yes, I could totally be either one of those ones. I could do that.
And Roland could be Carl Reiner.
Wait, he had money though.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Yeah. That excludes me.
Hey,
and
you're rich in other areas.
I am indeed.
And now that I'm thinking about it, sorry.
No, I'm just saying you got people like that. That's why you're rich.
I was just saying another reason that I shouldn't be the George Clooney character is because then I couldn't date Sandra Bullock because in Ocean's 8, that's his sister, and Sandra Bullock is like this far away from perfection. Gal Gadot, perfection. You know, Sandra Bullock, just underneath.
I have to agree with you there.
Gal is
give me 5, man. Give me 5, John.
Well,
don't leave me.
There
hanging.
we go. No, I'm there. You're right. You know, and like Gal Gadot, she is gorgeous. She is talented. But you know what? She's the real thing too. She's Israeli, so I mean, like born
and she was a
Israel, where they do. Yes, they do service, mandatory service. She was in the military, so you know that's not Hollywood acting. She's legit. So that young lady, oh, absolutely. That young lady has my utmost respect as a human being, as well as a thespian. You know, I'm good with her.
She's not a lesbian.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Oh my God!
No, I said thespian. She is very talented in her craft, as well as.
I knew she'd like that one.
I'll just shut up now.
Oh no, keep going. See, what you don't know, John, is Trish is everything Wonder Woman.
Yes.
Hold on, let
Very
you gotta
cool.
stand up.
Oh.
Yep.
There.
Yeah. Let's put it this way, John. I had seen. Let's see. How long ago did I meet you guys? Was it about
5 years ago.
Yeah, about 5 years ago. It was probably the first 3 years I never saw Trish in anything but a Wonder Woman shirt. I thought that's all she ever wore to conventions. Yeah, and then the about 2 years ago I saw her in an Archie shirt.
Oh yes.
Well, you want to show? Let me see if I can show. This is her prized possession, John. If I can show it over there. I don't know how close. Here, take it over there a little bit. It's a T-shirt.
Fight Like a Girl. I could read that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's signed by George Perez.
Oh, nice.
Oh, very nice.
That's why it's framed
very
up there.
Cool.
Got George to sign
very
that.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah.
You know, and since you just mentioned Archie, with the Archie shirt and your wonderful collection of Punisher behind you, the most bizarre crossover from the 90s, the Punisher meets Archie. That could be like a collection idea there. Yeah. I was working in the comic book stores when that came out. I'm like, this is the most bizarre thing ever, but I'm intrigued. You know,
yeah. You should see Steve's truck.
We have both covers of that. We got Archie meets the Punisher and the Punisher meets Archie.
Very cool. Yep. And I remember the one where the cover with him being the chaperone at the high school dance. It's kind of got like an orangish background. Yep. Those things are indelible in my mind. Can't remember why I go into the kitchen to get anything anymore, but you know, the covers from random 90s comic books, I'm there.
Well, it's like what even Archie meets the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Got that.
Oh, I never saw that one. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, see,
very cool.
Oh, and what Archie versus the Predator. 1 and 2 because they made a second volume of that one too.
But the best one.
Oh, that's
Archie versus Sharknado.
Yes.
No.
Archie versus. Oh yeah.
Yes.
That sounds so cool. Oh my god. So, do you guys watch Riverdale?
She does.
Okay. I watched a couple episodes, enough that I was like, okay, I'm kind of interested, but I haven't really watched the way through yet. So I got the first season on DVD. So I'll give it a spin.
It was one of those when I first turned it on, we watched it together. I'm like, this is not Archie, and I walked away.
Yeah.
Oh, it definitely isn't. No.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
You have to watch it as a entity of its own.
Yeah. Kind of like
Because the
Starship
minute he
Troopers.
slept with Grundy, it totally threw it out the water.
Yeah.
Wait, who did?
Archie. That's how
With
the
Miss
very
Grundy?
yes, that's how the very first episode opens up, is him and her in the back of a car.
Oh my!
And my
Wow.
whole childhood just went out the window.
Yeah.
And see,
yeah.
I'm one of those that I usually tell everybody, you got to see each movie as its own entity.
Yeah.
Like Venom.
Yeah.
How many people complained about Venom? Oh, you got to have Spider-Man. You got to have that. Think of Venom as its own entity, and it's a decent movie.
Yeah.
If you have to have Spider-Man and all that, then no, you're not going to like it.
Right. Well,
Right.
you know, you talking about Venom. I think a Spider-Man appearance would have made that movie better and connected it into the, because Venom really owes any life to Spider-Man. But I don't think it had to have been a Spider-Man versus Venom movie. I just think that we should have seen Spider-Man as it relates to the origin of Venom, and then move on with the Venom story. I enjoyed the Venom story.
Yeah,
I don't
and see,
I
I
don't read
haven't
Venom
watched
in
the
the
movie yet,
comics.
but I don't think they'll ever do the real origin because it's just too interconnected with everything with Secret Wars.
Yeah.
From my
Yeah.
understanding, the Venom movie did not share the original origin. So,
And he's going to disagree with me about Venom, and that's fine. Everybody can disagree. I mean, it wasn't. It's not, to me. It wasn't as bad as everybody said it was going to be, and
See,
said it was.
I don't read any of the
I
Venom
like Tom
comics.
Hardy. So
Yeah, so I didn't think it was terrible. We watched it and I enjoyed it. But again, I don't read Venom in any of the comics. I remember the Secret Wars stuff, but shortly after that is kind of when I really didn't read any of the stuff. You know, so I don't really know much about
and
Venom
Venom,
beyond that. at
Venom
all.
didn't come around for years.
Uh-uh.
He didn't come around for years until
Nope.
after, because
Right.
that was Amazing Spider-Man 298 that they were kind of hinting at. Web of Spider-Man 18 had something that was supposed to lead off, but Dave Michelini, I think I'm mispronouncing that. I apologize, Dave, if you're watching. He didn't continue on Web, so he picked that up in ASM. That's when Todd McFarlane joined up. But I know it was much earlier in junior high that, for my junior high, that's when Secret Wars came out. So, and then the other stuff would have been when I was in high school, and with the McFarlane issues. So yeah, there's a large gap of time in there. So, and of course we all know that the black and white costume was really kind of presented first in Secret Wars #7, being worn by Julia Carpenter, the second Spider-Woman. So, who is my favorite Spider-Woman, which I love Steve Butler's rendition of when he drew Avengers West Coast, or West Coast Avengers. I don't know what they called it at that point. Number 70, like that first splash page of hers, that was like on my holy grail art list. I'm like, oh my god, I love that. Yeah, I even wrote him a letter, way back in the day. Do you have this page for sale? And it was already gone. I'm like, ah. Yeah. But yeah, so a huge Julia Carpenter fan too.
Web of Spider-Man 1 featured a great story with the black suit pre-Venom. Martin Piero.
And covered by Charles Vest, if I recall correctly.
Man, you are an encyclopedia, aren't you? It's like, I thought I knew a lot of tidbits about a lot of stuff, and it's like, you're blowing me out.
Yeah, I really missed my calling in some ways. I love education. That was my calling too, but...
Hey,
you could tell that I love this stuff. Name's familiar.
He was the Marvel historian, the Marvel archivist historian. Literally, he worked in the basement at Marvel, and all his job was just to answer editors' questions. They would kind of like I did to you about Champion's, kid and
cool.
wife. His job was just to answer all the editors' questions, and he, he read all the books and he kept up with them, and he was their historian. Yep.
That is so cool. That is so very cool.
Yeah. Yeah, he was.
Nice.
I got a chance to meet him when Marvel bought us, and I think we had to pull. I think we had to, the Watcher. Yeah, I think we had to.
Watu.
There you go.
We had to come to him several times when we had the Marvel, like Loki, in the Ultraverse, and we had some of those things going on with the Black Knight in Ultra Force. We had to kind of.
Oh, I loved when Dane Whitman crossed over.
Yep. And see, we were doing
I
the Adam
loved
Warlock stuff
Black
in
Knight
Loon.
over there.
And he's the one who answered all of my questions about that. So,
so this one, I'll let you guys get to Martin's first because Martin makes a great point.
Marvel could use a historian these days. Martin Piero.
Yes. Yep. And so I'm not jumping out. Who's Silverline? Oh, that's me, actually, Martin. I am officially Silverline historian.
Who's
and I have the PowerPoint to prove it, right, Tommy?
Yeah, I'm waiting for it. It's supposed to be.
Yes.
It's supposed to revise it and send it to me.
And I've got it. Well, I got to do the voiceover, so okay. I will endeavor to work on that. That's the only part that I need to do, and I need to make sure I do it well. Oh shucks, what was I going to say? I was going to say something
about historians.
Before that, okay. So when you were talking about the Marvel historian, I was like, oh, like Jocasta. Is it Jocasta New, the historian from the Jedi Archives? Not Jocasta. Maybe it's Jocasta. I don't know. But no, it was going back to Marvel. It was going back historian. Oh man, this is when my train of thought derails and the little caboose falls
Adam Warlock.
off. Oh yes, thank you.
So, Dane Whitman.
Yes,
yeah,
Dane Whitman. So this way I don't sound like I'm jumping on the bandwagon. Taskmaster has always been one of my favorite villains. Way before anybody heard about him, oh, is that somebody new that's in the Black Widow movie? No. Yeah. Taskmaster is like the bomb. When he showed up in Siren in the Ultraverse.
Yes.
I was just and drawn by the amazing Kevin West.
I've got some of those right over there actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
so
I have some of these is I had some I've reacquired some comics from some family members.
Okay.
So these are all comics that I wrote that some of my family members had. I have 4 copies of X Mutants number 12 in there, and they had a bunch of X Mutants, and so I'm trying not to.
Was that when Paul was drawing it?
The X Mutants, yes. Yeah. Oops, wrong box. I was supposed to shut my video off, wasn't I?
It's okay. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna give you the solo layout. That way we can see. Woohoo! Look at that.
That is most impressive.
I know I've got some in here.
Look at that Kalis picture right there. That's awesome.
Got lots of runes.
That Kalis cover, yeah. Roland, is that the one that Alex did?
Yes.
And didn't you say that was his first published work or first published cover?
I don't know about Cat and Mouse was his first published. Okay. I do kind of live in the archive. Whoop, that's the black cover. Yeah.
Yes.
And then
go to the last page of that. Go to the last page of that first book.
All right. See, John remembers this stuff.
All right, so it's not that one.
But that's the Wizard. That's the Squadron Supreme.
Yeah. Okay. So that's not the one that had Taskmaster then. All right. There was a page from that book that I was I held that original art in my hands.
So
yes, Hyperion. Yes.
Might have been in number 2.
Maybe, or she did have 2 different series.
Whoops, this is a flip book.
Yep. Oh, cool.
And people are like, "Hey, why are you doing flip books?" It's because at one point in time they used to be kind of popular. A lot of people used
And
to do them.
that armor on War Machine was never popular. I don't know why
Yeah.
Marvel ever did that.
I don't either. Yeah, because this is her versus War Machine in here.
Okay.
Oh, here you go.
Yes. Go to another one. Let's see, the next page maybe, where he there's a scene where like he's in a doorway, and it's like a full page splash page. It is gorgeous.
Well, I'm not finding a splash, but let me go back to the first issue, and look to see if maybe it's actually in there. Because here he is. But this is very 90s.
Yeah.
The shower
Yeah.
scene.
Sniper and Rook #1 has one of those too. Come to think of it.
Yeah. Those were all over the Image books.
Yep.
All right, so I'm not finding a splash page in here either.
Okay. I'll have to find it for you.
I've only got the first 2 issues here, so.
So see, now you're fired as historian.
Well, no, those were not Silverline books.
I'm gonna keep him.
I know.
I know the page because I bought it from Kevin back in the day.
Oh, so you have the original?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm wondering if it might be on like my old comic art fans.
Yeah, it's not in the first 2 issues. I don't think there's any more in this box. But I think that was all of the Siren that was in here. Yeah, I got a whole short box full of.
All right, I'm gonna play.
I got a whole short box full of Ultraverse stuff. That I got to go through, and most of it, I've already got, but figure I'll see. Why was that funny?
Oh, nothing. We're just listening to you. Everybody stop just to listen to you.
Yeah, but you know what I did find in there?
Now I got like Ice Baby going through my head. All right, stop. Collaborate.
I wrote this Ultraverse book. I wrote a fill-in for Wrath. So, see, Man.
Oh, Wrath.
Yep, I wrote issue 7 of that. Oh, and what's cool, John, you probably remember this. You see this page, right? I don't know how quickly I can get to it. At Daytona Beach, Rob McGinty, who is a super Ultraverse fan. I'm trying to convince him to be a super Silverline fan, but Rob McGinty brought me the original to this. He had the original, and he brought it and gifted it to me, and yes, I was very, very happy, very excited to see that.
Oh, that's what he gave you.
Yep, this is what he gave me.
I remember somebody giving you a page.
Yep, it was the original to that page right there.
Hey, Trish.
Yes.
Trish, I just popped something in chat.
I'm already on it. She'd have to get off her phone if they'll do that, and we don't want to do that.
Shut up.
You don't have to get me looking through my trunk here.
No, hold on. Well, because Johnny did something, and I'm trying to do all of it. Boom, there we go.
Oh,
I said Johnny
nice.
was.
That's so cool,
isn't it? Though.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if I can get that. No, I can't get it to. I was trying to hopefully getting it to go bigger. Sorry about that.
That's cool.
Oh, that's fine. I'm just glad I could find it. I What issue was that? Does it even say on that? Yeah, I can't tell on there.
No, let me see. I was looking
But
at
yeah,
maybe the link.
so
No,
okay,
it
so that's
doesn't.
page 3 of some issue.
Okay.
Whichever issue that is, it's page 3. My memory failed me on that one because that looks definitely like the quality of a page that would be a cliffhanger for the next issue, which is why I was thinking that's what it was. So
Yeah, I'm trying to see. I see the signature at the bottom. That's a signed copy. So,
Well,
ooh, look, now we got a perfect on the back of his head. On the side of his head. There. Hey, how you doing?
what the heck? Spying on me?
he's got
Looking
more
through
hair
my-
back there than I do. Mine's definitely thinning out.
I'm looking through all this junk in my trunk.
Yeah.
So, John,
Yes, sir.
how many issues of Sniper and Rook do you think there might end up being? 'Cause I know some people already have an ending. Do you already have the ending in mind, or do you plan on this going for years?
I had an ending in mind that I need to adapt because the ending would have ended it, and there would be no bringing it back. But I've come up with a way that I could still do my ending and tell that story and still continue the series. I will be doing that. So originally I was thinking I needed to get to at least, oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah,
Yes.
one of my favorite pages.
That is such a great action sequence. I tried, and actually issue 12 is Sniper and Rook. I had an artist I'm working with on. I need to get him some new stuff to draw too because he's amazing. I tried to explain to him because I wanted Rook to have a series of actions much like that. I tried using the Spider-Man example, like when he's jumping and flipping and turning and everything. I'm so in love. That Roland is teasing me now. That's like, like on a date and teasing and saying no. That is one of my holy grail pieces.
Well,
I have loved that piece since I first saw it published.
John asked me, he
Go ahead.
said, there's one page I've been looking for and I don't know where it is. He said, and then he described it to me. I said, oh, I have the original of that. He goes, okay, well, I'm glad to know that you have it and it's not out in the wild somewhere.
No. You're misremembering. Because
okay, then correct me.
I was sitting behind you in that room talking about it and saying, oh, I've been looking for this page for like 30 years, and you pulled it out of the box. You're like, you mean this one?
Yeah, okay.
I'm like, yes, that one. So that was just a year ago. I was like, and so that's where I said, yes, I'm glad that I know that it is with you. So that's Paul Pelletier's pencils, Stephen Butler's inks. Amazing piece. Just the power on it. The cat like this, and Demon is just perfectly posed. I've had a couple of artists I've hired a couple artists to try to do an homage. Jeremy Dale, an amazing artist, did a Sniper and Rook and Ripper homage to that. I'll have to show you sometime, Roland.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. I've heard so much about him, but I never got to meet him.
Yeah, he passed.
Yeah,
and way too young, too good of a talent. Huge loss.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, the gift, yes.
Yep. Yeah. And so this is the original page that Robert McGinty, in case he ever listens to this, Robert McGinty gave me this. And then there's the printed page. So
that is so cool.
Yeah, very, very cool. And that's from Wrath number 7 that I wrote.
And who was the artist on that?
That was I don't remember now. Rick Mays.
Okay.
Rick Mays. Scott Reed is the inker. That's where he got this page. He got it from Scott Reed. Because Scott lives over in Tampa now.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I keep expecting to see him at shows, but I never see him. But yeah, so hopefully I'll see him at a show sometime.
Very cool.
Yeah, John, you've probably seen this. One of the very earliest demon drawings, not by me.
Yes, I have seen that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
that's Roland.
that is
Roland
so cool.
Paris did that.
Cat and Mouse Tinker. I remember him.
1987. You can see the date on that. So
where were you in 87?
Me?
Roland? Yeah.
87. I was in college in Hattiesburg, and
okay.
Yeah, college in Hattiesburg.
I was freshman in high school. So.
Yeah.
I gotcha. I was in middle school, so there.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
She's not going to tell you where she was.
Yeah, I was going to say, what?
It's an enigma.
But yeah. I was at Southern Miss. I had just transferred. I transferred down there in '86. And I probably hadn't met Steven yet at this point in time, because I think I met him in '87. But Roland Paris did this, and then it wasn't long after I actually met Steven. Yeah, Roland was going to do some inking for us early on, and I think I'm trying to remember now. I think he actually did a little bit, but I can't remember. I'd have to go back and look. But yeah, he was going to do some considerable inking, but something happened, and he wasn't able to do it. And but
so Roland,
yes,
was this before or after the Asian roommate?
This would have been just before. Yeah, my Asian roommate was probably in 89, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I graduated in 88, so I guess my Asian roommate was in 88.
And you know the story behind the Asian roommate, right, John?
I believe they actually found their way into the Cat and Mouse series. Was that Sonny?
Yeah. No. Yeah, Sonny actually was my roommate. Yeah, he was. Yeah. Yeah.
No, the Asian roommate still hasn't been found.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, that's true. Yeah, he just kind of disappeared. I don't know what happened to him.
See, and that's why
Oh my gosh!
Unsolved Mysteries has made a comeback. And, it's all of a sudden rolling shaved and everything.
I know.
Yeah. I'm gonna color my hair next.
Oh my god!
But yes, you're right. Sonny was in the comics. I should put him in the new ones too.
He's already in the crossover, so there's definitely precedent for it.
Nice.
Yep.
Don't forget the homeless man named Steve.
No, just my foot.
Just your foot?
Just my foot. We talked about that.
I'm an anti-foot guy. I don't know.
Yeah, that's why he writes.
Ick me out.
There you go.
They always have.
Nice Sniper and Rook.
That's the Sniper and Rook collection. My buddy Mikey Babinski did that cover for me, colored by a gentleman named Splash. Mikey did that. It was an homage cover to a piece done by Brett Booth. That's why Mikey put down there after Booth. Originally, those two characters were a commission that he did for somebody of He-Man and Teela from the He-Man cartoon. I was never a huge He-Man fan, but when I saw that piece, I'm like, oh my god, that's awesome. It was great. So I was more the G.I. Joe guy. He-Man was out a couple years after my time with the cartoons and stuff. But yeah, so I love that cover. It's one of my faves. And I'm trying to find. I got one more thing for y'all. What's that?
But John, knowing is half the battle.
Oh yes, absolutely. Yes, and pork chop sandwiches. If anybody knows the alternate G.I. Joe PSAs, that are up on YouTube. They've had people redub them, and some of them are just insane. So, but yeah, pork chop sandwiches, get the out, and yeah, good stuff. Not necessarily family okay, but yeah. And let me throw this one in as well because it is very season appropriate.
So G.I. Joe, favorite character?
Snake Eyes. And I have a Snake Eye sitting right over there. And if you see, so I got Cobra and I got the Arashikaji back there. I'm not a tattoo guy, but if I ever got one, it'd be like right here, and it would be the Arashikaji Ninja Clan symbol. This.
Don't ever say
so, yeah,
never.
Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow. You know, that's why I said, yeah, if I ever did, that would be it. So yeah, the G.I. Joe stuff, definitely part of my DNA as well. So Cobra Commander, awesome. Serpentor, not my favorite. Cobra Law from the movie does not exist. Some bad fan film. Kind of like the fourth Indiana Jones film that people claim. That was just some bad fan film that they got some people to, play in that looked like Harrison Ford and Sheila, whatever his name is. Yeah. So.
Well, you heard Harrison Ford signed on for the fifth one, right?
You mean the fourth one, because the other one was a fan film. Yes.
Okay, the fourth
Crystal
one.
Skull.
I heard he signed on for the Sith one.
The Sith one?
The Sith one.
Sorry. Hold on 1 second.
Roland,
Yes?
your G.I. Joe character.
I don't even know G.I. Joes, dude. What you talking about?
Come on.
He's against the Kung Fu grip.
I was going to say, your G.I. Joes came with Kung Fu grip. And it had the beard that was like
G.I. Joe
Velcro.
was 12 inches tall. I pulled a string in the back, and he went, G.I. Joe, U.S. Army, reporting for duty. All I knew was G.I. Joe. I didn't know he had a name.
Yeah, but he had the Kung Fu grip.
Yes, he did have the Kung Fu grip, yes. Yeah. But I didn't read.
G.I. Joe dated Barbie.
But I didn't read any of the
They
comics.
didn't at that point. And so.
I didn't watch any of the cartoons.
So I'll give you guys some story on that one too. But since you had said about Indiana Jones, he's coming in for the Sith film, right?
Yeah.
I have his kid's lightsaber right here.
Oh, cool.
Kylo Ren's lightsaber. And other things that people should go Google and YouTube. If you've ever seen Kylo Ren when he was on Saturday Night Live, they did a mashup of Kylo Ren going on Undercover Boss as a radar technician named Matt. It is incredible. It is so much fun. It is probably like one of my favorite things. I consider that canon, to be completely honest. So, what were we saying? What did I say? Oh, G.I. Joe. So when Hasbro wanted to re-release Sniper and Rook, wishing everybody Merry Christmas. Yes, Jack Sniper has a DeLorean, and that would be season's greetings to everyone. So yeah.
Now do the Reindeers go 88 miles an hour?
Only if they need to go back. But hopefully not, because there was no plutonium. Getting the plutonium was a problem. We had to steal it from the Libyans to begin with, made them a bomb made out of like broken clock parts. They weren't too happy. Then they tried to like shoot us at Twin Pines Mall. When we came back, it was Lone Pine Mall. It was an adventure, let me tell you. But yeah, the G.I. Joe thing, when Hasbro wanted to reboot that and bring it back, they brought it to Marvel and said, hey, can y'all make something out of these characters? Can you make a story? Larry Hama was the one that took that under his wing. He already had a pitch that he had put together that was loosely based upon like Nick Fury's kid and a assembled group of Army folks. He retooled that. That became the foundation of G.I. Joe.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I did not know
And
that.
for the longest time, I don't know if he wrote all the file cards on the back of the package for the figures. They had a file card with their name, where they came from, like, a quote, etc., all their specialties. That's where I found out about the Warsaw Pact. Because Snake Eyes was familiar with all NATO and Warsaw Pact small arms. And I'm like, what is that? I want to know what this is when I was 10. So yeah, it was kind of good historian stuff too. But yeah, G.I. Joe, great stuff.
Yeah. See, G.I. Joe, since I asked y'all, nobody asked me. Mine was Shipwreck.
I
I totally see that.
Yeah, I wouldn't know who they were anyway.
That's fine. Well, because if you knew my family, John, that's why Shipwreck is actually, we're a big Navy family. So.
Oh, very cool.
That was.
Did you serve, Steve?
Yep.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, I don't think I knew that.
I don't go bragging.
Thank you.
Hence the name Halsey.
Yeah,
it's much appreciated.
Well, and see, that's why I'm a Star Trek person instead of Star Wars. Because
Wait a minute.
It goes in with my family history.
As in Admiral.
As in Admiral.
That is correct.
You gotta be kidding me! Really?
Who captained what ship did he captain? The USS Enterprise.
What? Like, is that like your grandfather?
No, like great uncle.
So cool.
Wow.
So yeah, that's what I said. It's a Navy family, but I don't say a lot. But that's why.
Cool.
But now you know why I'm Star Trek, because that's all about my family lineage right there.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny?
And that is so cool. And that's really the
about it all.
What was that?
So the funniest thing about it all is if you look at old pictures of Admiral Halsey,
okay,
you can tell the family lineage by the eyebrows.
Really?
Kid you not.
I'm gonna have to go look up. I'm gonna have to
very cool.
Yeah.
It's the bushy eyebrows.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So Steve, let me ask you a question. Since we didn't ask you about the G.I. Joe question, I am actually on our Wednesday Wham. Somebody made the joke as well about, or maybe it was a Facebook post. I don't know, something recent about like Star Wars and Star Trek fans. We can, come together and work together for the greater good. I enjoy both. My best Christmas memory ever was coming out to the front room, and my parents had bought like the Mego Star Trek figures, and they were arranged around the Christmas tree. So it'd basically be like from ear to ear on you with your hat. So they weren't even wrapped. They were just like all out there, and it was, oh my God, the greatest Christmas morning ever. So I have much love for Trek myself. What is your favorite Trek series?
I am gonna have to say, but besides the original Next Generation, that's when I really fell in love with it, because that's when I was a kid. So I grew up every Saturday watching that, and Picard and Jonathan Frakes and Worf and Data.
Yeah.
I'll give you two things. One, in case she ever sees this, at my last school, my secretary, a girl named Claire, who to this day is like the little sister I never had. Love her to pieces. She's family. She's in my heart forever, like my little sister. During her interview, somehow the interview got to Star Trek, and we started talking and getting deep into Star Trek Voyager, of all of them. So yeah, that's always been interesting. To show you my love for Trek, Star Trek TNG came out when I was in high school, and I watched like all of 5 minutes of it, and I turned it off, disgusted and upset like a fanboy, because there's a Klingon on the Enterprise. There'd never be a Klingon on the Enterprise. this is heresy. I can't watch this. They ruined my childhood. And like, I didn't watch it for like 3 seasons because I was so pissed off. I was so mad that there was a Klingon on board, you know. But yeah, I love the Next Generation. I even like what they did with Enterprise. You know, it was definitely a different take. I was good with that. DS9 had some remarkable moments. I'm gonna start watching Discovery. I haven't watched that yet. I enjoyed the reboot films. I know a lot of people didn't. But have you seen Seth MacFarlane show The Orville?
Yeah.
What's your take on The Orville?
I think it is a great homage to Star Trek and just those even 50s sci-fi shows, you know.
Yep. Yeah, that's how I look at it too. I love The Orville, and it feels like it fits in the TNG universe at that time on a less serious level. I didn't know what to expect. Like, I think a lot of people didn't when they hear Seth MacFarlane. They're like, oh, the guy who did Ted, the little swearing teddy bear guy, or Family Guy, you know. But it's not that at all. The characters are all well written, well defined, very nuanced, very layered. I think it's great. So I can't wait for season 3.
And I'm going to circle back over to the Next Generation. No. I had the biggest crush on Beverly Crusher, the Doctor.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Redhead. Oh yeah. But see, I think the Next Generation created so many unique characters out there, like Q. If you remember Q, who actually
John Delancey.
Yeah, he went and he was in my favorite episode is when he's actually in Deep Space Nine, and the captain, they're in a boxing ring, and the captain nails him. He's like, Picard never hit me, and he's like, I'm not Picard.
Yes. Cisco was definitely not Picard. Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. The Q continuum was one of the best additions to the Trek franchise that came out of TNG. Them, of course, the Borg. They did a lot of stuff that is going to be with the franchise forever.
Well, see, and I even there was one episode because you know how they went back in and the original cast was in there somehow, and there was the one where they found Scotty.
I remember the Scotty episode.
Okay, where he's sitting there talking, and I use this mantra in my work every day because he's talking with LaForge because LaForge asking, "How did you always do all this?" And he says. Scotty turns around and tells him, you never give them everything you got. You tell them you do, so that way when you do pull it out, what you could do, it makes you look even better.
Impressive.
And cool. I actually live that. I teach that to my guys. Never show everything you got because then you have nothing to impress them with when the time comes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. I'd have to say my favorite Scotty moment, since you brought up Scotty, was in the Voyage Home movie when he's, back in the 80s and he's trying to get the computer to work. And he's like, computer, because he's using one at like some office. And then they're like, and they point to the mouse. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. He's like, computer, and talking to the mouse. It does nothing. Oh my God, that one I just love that so much. It's just so innocent and fun. Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah, see, Star Trek helped us all just as much as Star Wars does.
Yeah. And the two could peacefully coexist, the fandoms. Absolutely.
Oh, they could. If people just get over their high horses that one's better than the other. They're both good in their own way, and
yes,
I could actually go ahead.
Oh no, I was just moving.
Oh, no, I'm just saying. I mean, you could actually see a universe where they did collide.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and that makes for some great discussions. And which one would be stronger, a Star Destroyer or a Borg cube? Well, in one you have force fields, deflector beams are deflectors, and the other ones you don't. And oh yeah, there's all kinds of great deep introspective conversations that could come from such things. And that's one of the things I miss about working in a comic book store, where you have all those kinds of fan questions. And it's just it was so cool. I miss those days.
What do you think, Roland?
Yeah.
He's like, it's not in the comic universe too much, so.
So I obviously I like the first iteration of Star Trek the best, but I think I tried to watch some of Voyager and Deep Space Nine, and I didn't like either one of those. I did like the Next Generation. That came on for me. I remember it freshly married, and I think it came on Sunday nights where we were. And the wife and I would basically crawl in. That's what we do. We'd crawl into bed on Sunday night and we'd watch the Next Generation. Because I think it came on at like 10:30 or something like that. I don't remember exactly when. But I liked it until Whoopi came on. And once Whoopi came on, I'm like, I'm done.
You're not a Whoopi fan?
I'm not a Whoopi fan. Nope.
I'm going to have to get him a Whoopi cushion.
That's about all Whoopies are good for, sitting on.
I don't know. I want to see how she's going to be in the new iteration of The Stand.
See, I won't watch it. I won't even go. I can't. There are a few actors that if they're in they're in. Like John is for John. It's Nicolas Cage, right?
Nick Cage.
Yeah. So, but they're
Yeah. Sorry, Nick.
But for me, they're
But Nick, if you're watching my show, I love you and keep watching and recommend it.
I like Nick Cage. But yeah, I won't watch Whoopi in anything. I can't stand her. I think her voice is annoying. Her character is annoying. Her mannerisms are annoying. Can't stand it.
Hey, that's fine. I'm trying to remember. I got people like that too.
Yeah, everybody does.
Everybody does. I mean, it's one of those. I'm not going to watch that. It's so and so's in it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, that damn Bruce Willis.
Oh yeah. Do I know what?
I have to pull up. Oh, okay. I got it. I had to try to find the actress's name. So this one actually is a testament to her acting ability. Julia Stiles, an actress. She's most noted for 10 Things I Hate About You with Heath Ledger and the kid from Third Rock from the Sun. He was also in the Batman movie. I'm sorry, I'm blanking on his name. In case he's watching, I apologize. You're a good actor. Dig you. But yeah, Julia Stiles. Gordon Levitt. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so Julia Stiles, she was also in the Bourne movies. I could not stand her because of the character she played in a movie called Down to You. It was her and Freddie Prinze Jr. and they're in love and they get an apartment together. They're like the perfect couple. But then she goes to a party and cheats on him with some guy who like looks like the guy from The Doors, Jim Morrison. I think he even called himself Morrison. Uh-huh. And she came home and she told him that she cheated on him, and he was just like destroyed. I'm saying this thing in the theater. I'm like, what an evil girl. I didn't use quite that word, but family show. So, she was such
he doesn't know our show.
Well, I also know that, Roland is very better mouth than I. So I try to elevate myself to his level when I'm around out of respect.
Better mouth.
Yeah, you don't have the potty mouth I do. I sound like a sailor. But so no, like her acting ability made me hate that character for hurting that guy so bad that it resonated through all of her other appearances where I'm like, oh, I can't stand her. It's not her. Great actress, but it's still that lingering, she hurt him. She cheated on him, even though it's a different character. So yeah, that's a testament to her and the quality of her work.
Yeah. See, everybody will probably hurt me because I'm not a big fan of Angelina Jolie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm not either.
It's one of those that I loved her in Hackers, but anything else I really can't stand.
I did like her in Mr. and Mrs. Smith. That was good.
That's the one movie that really made it where I couldn't stand it.
Why?
That's one of those movies. Me and my wife, we just could not stand. Don't know why. Okay. Just something about it. But see, the other movie that we can't stand that everybody else seems to love was The Devil's Advocate with Keanu Reeves.
Oh, Keanu. I have not seen that since it was in the theater.
I don't guess I've seen it.
And
he.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, Steve. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just reading something about that movie last week before, that he actually took a lower pay rate for that movie to make sure that the movie could afford to have Al Pacino in it, because he wanted to work with Al Pacino. So, like he was, making decent money after Speed and all that stuff. But he's like, no, if there's any question, I want less money because I want to work with that man. So I'll do this movie if you could get him for that part like you want to. That's pretty cool.
That is.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was pretty nifty.
But the more you know about Keanu Reeves, he is like a humanitarian, especially when it comes to like the movies and stuff. He'll do stuff like you said, just take a smaller pay just to make sure a movie does get made. I mean, look at Bill and Ted 3.
I know this is. Oh, I saw that in the theater. That was like my first movie back from COVID in the theater. I'm like, I definitely have to do that. And of course, this is all about, on the internet. So it's not like I'm revealing anything new. But if you take a look at Keanu Reeves, like when he's standing with fans, of course, there's like young ladies that always flock to him. He like never puts his hand around their waist. He never touches them. So you could actually see, like, he'll put his hand behind, and you'll see the palm of his hand flat behind. This, I don't know. But yeah, out of respect, he doesn't inappropriately touch or anything that could even be possibly misconstrued. He will not lay a hand on the fan. He'll pose, but that's quite the man. That's very cool.
That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And see that's one of the people that Trish isn't a big fan of. So it's kind of, if I go turn on a Keanu Reeves movie, she disappears.
Unless it's Speed.
But I'm not.
And that's got Sandra Bullock.
Yes, Sandra Bullock.
I can't stand Ace Ventura guy.
Oh, Jim Carrey. She's not Jim Carrey.
I'm not super fond of him either. Yeah.
If you put that movie on, I'm out. I hate it.
But you actually like him in the dramatic movies that he's done.
Yeah. What's the one?
She doesn't like the stupidity comic.
I don't.
But you like what, Man in the Moon and all that.
What's the one where he was brought up from a baby?
Oh, The Truman Show.
Truman Show.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty good.
I've never seen that one.
That one's very good, and it kind of shows his dramatic side. He did a lot of dramatic stuff, but people don't like it. It's like Adam Sandler, who tries to do dramatic, very good at it, and then everybody's like, "No, we want the stupid fart jokes."
Yeah.
But see, I don't mind Adam Sandler in his movies mostly.
You know, the my son is very he's really digging the new album that came out by Miley Cyrus. And on one of the songs, it's Miley Cyrus featuring Billy Idol. And so he says to me, he's like, Dad, who's Billy Idol? I'm
Oh
like,
no.
what? And so that's it. So since you're talking to Adam Sandler, this is how it all ties back together. I pulled up the clip from Wedding Singer, the movie, where Billy Idol's with them on the plane. And I'm like, here's Billy Idol, you know. And then I showed him the Cradle of Love video, and of course tied that back to Andrew Dice Clay and the Adventures of Ford Fairlane, which is one of the greatest cinematic masterpieces ever.
Now I'm gonna.
And then you showed him White Wedding, right?
What's that? Oh yeah, he did White Wedding as well. Yes.
Now I'm gonna ask because we're already at 10:30, and
Oh my God.
but I'm gonna ask because, like I said, I was stalking you so I could figure out who you were because Roland just told me Sniper and Rook, and your name. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna figure this out. Somebody has a fascination with what is it? What's her name? Kylie Ray.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Jepsen?
Oh, Carly Rae Jepsen. Carly Rae Jepsen. Yes. There's two. My two favorite performers, Kylie Minogue, who most people would know from either Locomotion in 1987-88 or Can't Get You Out of My Head in 2000, and then Carly Rae Jepsen, which most people would know from Call Me Maybe 2012. So those two performers are no whoopee. I love that. Roland, you just got a new name.
Yeah.
But yeah, those two are my two favorite performers. So what question did you have, Steve?
Oh no, I was just gonna say, what time does it go from being a fan to a stalker?
I think that's defined by when there's a police report filed, or one of the what's that called when you can't go near somebody? Restraining order. Yes.
Yeah.
So if there's a restraining order, I think that is the line of crossing, which I would never do either of those. I would never be. I'm not one of those crazy fans. I'm one of the respectful fans because I respect the work that they do. And it just brings me a lot of happiness and joy. Carly Rae Jepsen, especially, this is very cool. So my son had gone to a couple of the concerts of Carly Rae with me. There is, and if you Google this or YouTube it, it's up there. Carly Rae actually got off the stage onto some grading right in front of us because my son, it's a standing venue only, the Chicago Metro. So he's standing front row at the concert. I'm standing behind him being buff, you know, trying not to get a 12-year-old kid, 10-year-old kid, whatever. 2012, he was 7-year-old kid squished. And she let him sing Call Me Maybe with him. She gets off of the stage onto the grating, and then she says to him, she goes, "It's John, right?" Because we were in the VIP the night before, and then that day. So she had met him, and so she remembered his name, and she's like, "It's John, right?" And then she sang, gave him the mic. He sang, she gave him the mic. Yeah, it was very, very cool. So yeah, if you ever want to see that, Google or YouTube Carly Rae Jepsen, Metro Chicago, Call Me Maybe, and you will hear her, you know, when she gets off the stage and goes onto the metal grating in front of the group, she goes, "It's John, right?" She's talking to my son.
That's awesome.
Yeah, very, very awesome.
And that's a moment he'll never forget.
Yeah, really.
Absolutely. I had been taking pictures and some video of the concert, and I literally had just put my phone in my back pocket the moment before she came down. And I actually had that thought in my head. I'm like, I could either scramble to take my phone out and try to start recording, or I could stand here, live, and enjoy the moment. And that's what I did. Luckily, a lot of other people were able to capture it, and so that's how I know it's up on YouTube. But yeah, it's just so very cool.
So where's it live at? Carly Rae Jepsen, Call Me Maybe.
Are you looking for it?
I am.
Let me find it for you.
Well, Trish is looking for it too, so we could tag it.
I was like, Carly Rae Jepsen, Call Me Maybe, but where? There's all kinds of them here.
I will get it for you.
Okay. I'm seeing City Walk all over the place.
Well, it's like 'cause I'm going through and I see picture after picture and after picture of her. I'm like, I think somebody likes somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am a huge fan of her work. You know how some people have musical groups or artists that they really connect with, and they say like, like that person's art talks to me. That's what it is with hers. That's exactly what it is. It's a level of respect and just really joy. Love her work, totally. So
Yeah. See, that's why I'm friends with Roland because his work talks to me.
Oh.
Hey, what how he was
Stalker much?
that is so
a
cool, and you
lot.
get to hang out with Roland every month. That's awesome.
Yeah, every month and all the shows. So
We have fun.
we try to. I mean, I had fun last Saturday.
Yeah, I did
We
too.
we had, you know, me and Trish got to make a lot of new contacts. So this next year of the show, we're gonna have some awesome guests on the show this next year.
Nice.
And so that was the great thing about the show, with it not being
So cool.
completely overcrowded. We got to talk and network.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I know it's not really good for business, not good for the show, those who put on the show. But even when a show is
Showrunners.
not well, yeah, even when the shows are not well attended, I generally am okay because it gives me time to chat and talk and meet new people that I probably would not have had the opportunity to do otherwise.
Exactly.
You know.
I mean, you also know if it because it was still, like I said, it was a great show, wasn't overcrowded, everything. But if it would have been last year, I would have never got close to Sam De La Rosa
Yeah.
to talk to him about being on the show and all that.
Yeah, and he was still pretty busy even at this show.
Exactly.
You know.
But Trish, what she was earning her keep that day. She was up there getting everybody. I was getting, because John, I'm a big fan of independent comics
Yes.
and a very big fan. So I was sitting
That is
there
awesome, and we thank you for that.
Yes.
because I'm gonna have Paige Alfred be on or Alfred Page be on the show before his
Oh,
next book.
yes, nice
Blowtorch.
work. I like his work.
Yeah, I actually picked up the preview for Blowtorch this weekend, so
Cool.
I can't wait till it comes out.
Very cool.
And then we're gonna have one of the natural disasters on the show, Mr. Tugboat Fred Ottman.
I'm not familiar with him.
He's a wrestler.
I will have to. I will have to watch so I could become familiar with him.
Tugboat, also Typhoon.
Okay.
Many different iterations of how wrestlers go through different things. Were you able to find it?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't been able
Yeah,
to find
I'm
it either.
looking at my phone now too.
So what he's
I
looking
tried doing it on my computer. My computer doesn't like me going into YouTube and being on here at the same time. So
Oh, yeah, I
I'm
would
checking the phone
imagine.
real quick. Yeah.
So while he's looking that up, Roland,
Yes,
where
sir.
will everybody see you next?
So we've got one final stream. I assume you're talking about both live and virtually.
Yeah.
Silverline's got one final stream for 2020, and that's Sunday. The Wednesday Whammers had their last one yesterday, and then the Sunday streamers will have theirs on Sunday, and then we'll take a break until January. January the 6th is when Wednesday, January 6th is when Wednesday Wham will return, and January 10th is when the Sunday stream will return. And live, I will be at the DeLand Comic and Toy Convention in DeLand, Florida on January the 17th.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
And John, while you're looking,
Yes, sir.
where
I found it. Let's see. Do you have Messenger still up? Facebook Messenger still up?
I have everything always up.
Cool. I just sent you the link on there.
Okay, let me go. Boom, there it is.
Whoop, there it is.
Let's see if I can copy link address. There we go. Look at that. I can copy the link address, and we will put it over. Did you already do it?
You are the man.
Let's see. There we go. There is the link to it right there.
And it happens at the 1 minute mark, or just before. Like if you go to like the 58-second mark.
I can't click on it from there, but everybody else should be able to. Because see, if I click on it, it comes up on the screen.
Yeah.
So, John, cool. Where will everybody be able to see you next?
Until COVID dies down, they'll be able to see me on Cam Wednesday nights on Silverline Live, Wednesday Wham. The next show I don't have lined up. The next one that I definitely would go to, if they have it and if we can make it work, would be Daytona Beach. I know I'm not doing C2E2 this year. I don't even know if Wizard's doing any show. I had historically done Wizard World Chicago. I can't even find like a small local show lately because everything's shut down in Illinois. So for now, everybody gets to see me virtually. And yeah, got to see me on the computer. So that's cool.
Well, what we were told, C2E2 got moved back to what, October or August?
December.
Oh, December.
Yeah,
December.
That's what I thought.
Because October is New York Comic Con, so C2E2 got like knocked all the way back to December of next year.
Yeah, see, they got to stop moving those conventions.
Yeah, because that's usually
like
March. And March is a big birthday month in my family. So there's usually a lot of conflicts around that. You know, my birthday, my mom's birthday, my son's birthday. Yeah, so there's a lot going on there.
See, everybody's birthday, go to C2E2, but not this year. Go there for Christmas.
Right.
Okay, guys, and I think we will be we have possibly one more show, New Year's Eve show.
Ooh, really?
Yep. We're in the talks with Christian, who wanted to trim my tree at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
He might be my last one of the year. So that's a possible going on. Where if his wife says okay, then he's gonna do it. And our next in person, because what is there any little shows going on, Trish, that we're gonna end up at?
You're gonna do DeLand, aren't you?
Well, we'll do DeLand, but I'm just trying to see. You know how they do have a couple of these little pop-up shows around. So it's one of those. I can't remember if I'm scheduled to go to one of them.
Oh yeah.
You know how it goes.
Yes, I do. I rely on my Google Calendar. And I know when someone starts to talk to me about a show, I'm like, please, please, please give me the dates as soon as you possibly can so that I can put it on my Google Calendar. Otherwise, I might accidentally This is the reason that they canceled it, but I wasn't going to be able to go to Pikeville this year because I had not double booked, but I had already booked something. I was like, man, I would have gone to Pikeville. And so...
Yeah. The only thing going on would be this weekend. I don't think we're going there to Crystal River, and that's the Comic Fest at the mall with Vibranium Comics.
Oh, yeah.
So that's going on, but I don't think we're going to make the trek over there. I kind of want to have a nice weekend at home, you know?
I do.
Kind of finished out at the year at home.
Yep.
And so I basically DeLand will probably be our first one of the year too.
Yeah.
And that's always a good one put on by Mr. Tom Ropp.
Yes, it is.
So
I've heard that name recently.
Yeah. Yes, you have.
Yes,
Yeah,
I have.
Tom is the con father of all cons.
Con father. I like that. Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
Okay, so if you guys want to hang around, Roland, you know, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Sorry, I just saw that.
So that wasn't intentional because I thought it was hilarious.
Okay, so on that note, if you guys hang out after the ending, we'll sit and chat for a minute. And I was going to say, Murray, you know how it goes.
How it be going? Tell me.
Well, you know how after the end credits, we sit and talk, and
Yes.
then you say you have to run to the bathroom, and we say goodnight.
I've been holding that line for about 30 minutes.
I was gonna say, see, I'm watching the little live thing. There's two hours and 44 minutes. I've emptied this, and I've emptied this. So
see, I've learned. I do this every week, so I learn. I don't drink that much anymore. Okay,
is
guys.
The beer still safely in the pocket?
Oh no, it's in the keg down here now.
That's in the keg.
Okay, guys, gals, everybody. I want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever holiday you celebrate. Have a good one.
Yep.
We will see you hopefully on New Year's Eve, and we'll go out with a bang.
Woo-hoo.
Until then, guys, peace out.
Thank you. Merry Christmas, everybody. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for letting me spend the night with y'all.
Bye.